Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Notch presents A Peek Beneath the Veil. We're coming back at you with chapter 92. We got our feet wet last week in the new space, and now settled in, ready to go. A lot of missions on the horizon, sort of some cleaning up around town as you guys try and finish up some obligations before heading out for the Ropper Mountains. So, before we get to that, as always, thoughts, questions, things to say.
Yes, couple quick things.
Yes.
For the first time in a while. But while we were off air, we got a sub from Here for Gosu, and I wanted to shout that out. And then Somber777 gifted another thing to Legendary Action Official, and I don't think I said that, but it was at the tail end of last stream, so I just wanted to say it again. Also, since the last time we streamed, which was 7 days ago, we've gotten 63 follows on Twitch, which is bonka-dog. That's crazy cool. So I couldn't make a list of all of those people that followed, but thank you all so very much for joining the channel.
I mean, is that a loaf of bread?
Whether you,
yeah, it's a slice of bread.
That's very good.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Note bread.
Note bread.
Whether you guys are enjoying it live or VODs or whatever, we really appreciate your support, your follows for stopping by. We'll continue to keep the story rolling. So thank you.
Also, point.
Oh. Get out of my face. You
I
go
told you
up
people
from
are
the
going to be
bottom.
confused by
It's a little
this.
confusing.
You're a little bottom goblin.
If you're on mobile and watching the stream live, there is a little quest icon. If you put your cursor over the stream, it'll give you an update, like 4 things that we're working on for this specific episode that just kind of keeps it on your radar,
If
let
you're
you know
not
what we're
on
up
mobile, right?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
what
on
I
the
said.
I think you
desktop.
said if you're on mobile.
to. Not on mobile.
No, yes.
On desk.
If you're on
Desktop.
mobile, switch to a desktop.
Yeah. it's a better experience.
Are you? Stop diddling.
Tickle.
Don't diddle. Please feel free to use that feature if you're on a desktop. Thank you very much.
Can I do my part now?
You may, please.
Speaking of VODs, which Matt was speaking of like 5 minutes ago now. If you missed this episode, you can catch the podcast, which we put up every Tuesday morning on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts. We also re-air the episode on YouTube every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're in the chat. We relive our glories, our fails, and everything in between. And check us out on social media. I know a lot of people have probably found us through social media. We post funny little videos and stuff on the TikTok, on the Instagram, on the Twitter.
We do
Do
it.
some highlights. We do some throwbacks for
Yeah, we've been
good
doing some
memories.
throwbacks.
Memories with bad sound. Mwah. My favorite. My absolute favorite.
It is excruciating
It's
switching
so
back.
I hate it.
Sometimes I go back just to like look at a moment and I'm like, I can't listen to this. Can't be done. Also, I hopefully should end the stream correctly this time.
Oh, shit.
For those of you
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
who may have
did I
stuck
say?
around, we left the stream running like an hour and a half over time for just the music playing over a black screen. We won't do that again.
One of you came and commented and followed
Yes.
Thanks.
Someone was like, "Is the stream still live?"
Just ambient music over
So
it.
if you were
Yeah,
expecting
this is
some
great.
kind of like theatrical post-credits
Study
secret, there wasn't.
Now we
any.
have to do that. That
know.
sounds
Yeah, at some point we
awesome.
should
Let it
just
run
keep people
for an
hanging
hour.
for an hour and then be like, hey,
Come back in.
Just one of those little studio adjustments where we used to be in the exact same room as the computer, and this time we weren't. So there was just a nice long. If you really like the music, you could have it on in the background for hours at a time.
Yes, the music is good.
But with that, we will throw it over to the intro and then dive into chapter 92. Let's roll that intro.
Boy.
I'm not ready.
In chapter 91,
Yeah.
to spell and back again, Erland and Orba took their time in the aftermath of the Room of Safe Deposits sabotage, playing up Erland's affliction, and reiterating a need to pay a visit to noted healer
my God.
Marvin Bishop.
No.
The Night Watch of the Broken Crown offices were eager to see us off, and with the band of the benefactor firmly in place, we were free to leave without further obstruction. The anticipation for Graven had been excruciating, so when his companions rounded the corner without shackles or an armed escort, he was tremendously relieved, though he now faced the problematic task of having the cursed ring removed so deep into the night. Before riding out in the direction of Nagarwis, we stopped by all hands on deck to check in with Safira and track down the entrepreneurial Skip, who had done his part in collecting Erland's letters from the mail house, and even took us for a bit of extra gold with a quick game of 2-up. Light coin purses aside, the information we got was mostly promising. We had until at least tomorrow night to plan an exchange or demonstration of the mutant whistle, and Marvin himself hinted at a potential method for contacting Grimari, should we wish to make contact with the infamous alchemist. Safira and Erland, desperate for a full night of sleep, laid down their heads, while Graven and Orba took the road west, at one point passing by our old bounty-hunting rivals, looking particularly solemn after learning that a friend of theirs, Colt Moreno, had been killed in the slums of Lepatro. Upon reaching Nagarwis, we retraced our steps to the gatehouse that was home to Donovan Ainsley. And we would have felt worse calling on the Cleric of Gromlegale so late if the situation was not dire, but Donovan didn't seem to mind. In fact, he welcomed the opportunity to assist Graven, as he believed it would further weaken Kuuzni, while the God of Light continued his efforts to transfer power to a new chosen mortal. To protect himself from harm, the Elder Ainsley insisted we speak a prayer to Gromlegale, but the words became unintelligible as Graven's mind fought back against this act of blasphemy. Searching deep within his subconscious, Graven put the prayer together piece by piece, every misstep causing the very letters themselves to lash out in anger. With Kuuzni bearing down from the sun above, Graven finally recalled the prayer's ending, to be feared and welcomed. And as he spoke the words, he returned to the calm interior of the gatehouse, where Donovan was able to slip the now dormant cursed ring from his finger. Showing gratitude and now feeling that a particular well of power might have shifted within him, Graven and Orba didn't get back to Wamparani Na until the sun was already rising, leaving just a few hours before a scheduled visit aboard a ship to the Tall Ports. In the morning, Erland and Safira took the now open to the public Steederway to other townships for a bit of errand running, Safira determined to improve her handling of the Wild Ordnance bow with Sarndara, and Erland eager to mail out a response to the ransom note, a task complicated by the monk Shakar, who was now planting booby traps after our no-show showdown in Naoupa. It was over at the docks, however, where a long-awaited conversation was hopefully about to take place, and as Graven crossed the threshold of the Samicha, we wondered. How could Pockets help us access the Shade Assembly in Finlock Forest? And did he have any additional information about the Ilvigos or Buraj? Would Safira overcome her accuracy yips to coax the spirits into transferring to her preferred weapon?
Oh.
And after vowing to not split up just a short while ago, did the party just leave Orba alone in a seedy tavern where gambling takes place at nearly all hours of the day? We find out now on Chapter 92 of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
Oops.
If memory serves, and you're not entirely sure that it does, it's been a long time since you've set foot on a proper ship, its size and complex interior giving you a glimpse into a life at sea in one of these larger vessels. The deck that you step onto appears to be the crew's quarters, hammocks hanging from the boards above, and knapsacks stored in chests along the walls. There's no one here to escort you, but you hear quiet chatter from beyond the suspended beds, and you take a few creaky steps forward to see that a little informal seating area has been arranged. A few shorter rectangle tables pushed up against each other to make one longer one, almost like a rudimentary banquet. Privacy is non-existent, but But the people you see try to keep their voices at a courteous, low volume. Some are hugging, some holding hands, some with forlorn faces, as they know this is merely a brief stop before setting out to Kirokachun once more for another round trip on the Favor Ferry. Most people are paired off or in small groups of 3, but there are 2 that are sitting alone, waiting. One is a human woman with a black leather bodice over a loose-fitting blouse. She's wrapping her fingers on the table, but it doesn't have that usual succession of 4 taps, that Instead, there's 3 and then a pause, and you can see the reason why. Her pointer finger severed just below the second knuckle. Bit off, if you had to guess, based on the bruising around it. Possibly a casualty of this trip on the ferry, and you know that the dangers of the enlarged seahorses and the marrows that surround Kirokachun. The second person sitting by themselves is a pale blue man with white hair. The texture on his arms, something between skin and scales, and ears almost fully flat against the sides of a surprisingly boyish face for someone who you'd otherwise estimate at least 40 years old. A water ganassi, to be sure, and wearing a high-necked, sleeveless gambeson that uses inlaid bits of coral in place of buttons to hold the straps together. And this water ganassi, sort of sitting casually in his chair, watching some of the other conversations take place to his left and his right, he finally makes eye contact with you.
I'll slowly walk over to... Is there a spot opposite him?
Yeah,
you said?
there is,
the long
yeah.
tables, right? Yeah, I'll...
It's kind of like a long bench, so you kind of lift one leg over.
Mm-hmm. Good morning.
I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you this, but you look just like your mother. Welcome aboard the Samicha.
Is there a way I should address you in public?
Pockets is fine. You came looking for me, so what do you know? What do you want to know?
Casivo, Tibbets. What are the other 2?
Well, that's not information for you.
Fair enough.
I don't think that's what you came here to ask me anyway.
No. No. When was your last contact with anyone in my family?
Kind of slides his hand across the table and he thinks. I would say right before I boarded the Samicha. Your sister, Sangrila. She's very smart. One might even argue too smart from a self-preservation standpoint. A little over 5 years ago, she had an epiphany of sorts. She had this brother who went missing when they was kids, and she thought, after all these years, she'd finally puzzled together a way to bring him home. For that to happen, however, she needed help. A lot more help than the fractured Ilvigo clan had to offer. She needed operative help, which is where I came in.
Did you connect them with someone?
Yeah. I'm an OE. You know what that is? Operative emissary.
Yes, you help them find work.
Yeah, it means it's my job to make sure that the operatives have a steady stream of options for employment. OEs have more power than people think to sway the opinions of their assigned operatives. Their selection of a given contract is weighted heavily by my recommendations regarding a great many factors. Potential payout, how quickly a contract could be completed, level of danger, and for some, level of renown. If I wanted to, I could certainly nudge an operative in a particular direction, which is what I did for Shangri-La.
Can you tell me who?
No.
Did they engage? What?
In what was a highly unusual request, Shangri-La wanted a dangerous creature to be held. Not killed, but held. Somewhere very safe where nobody could access it. And for reasons I'm not entirely clear about, or perhaps she just did not enlighten me of, she wanted that safe place where the creature was held to be the Shade Assembly. Okay, so she requests, I nudge, operative takes the case, creature sees the inside of a cage. But now the obvious question is, how long? I mean, imagine renting the largest room at the most expensive inn in all of Antisuya. That'll clean your coin purse out quick. And Shangri-La didn't know when her checkout time would be. Years go by. The debts start to pile up. She calls in every single favor she has. Family, friends. She takes jobs she would have been ashamed of. She begs, she borrows, she steals. And never once does she stop and think, is this worth it? Bourrage and a few others, they sell their names to the gentle void as shams. It's a good way to make a bit of extra coin while you're working on something else. Of course, for Bourrage, I hear that other thing is falsifying GV favors, selling them off, which worked for a while, but I heard it landed him in prison. Anything he could do to buy an extra month, a week, a day, for this creature to stay locked up. But the well is running dry. The Shade Assembly has already begun conversations about what to do with the creature now that their confidence is waning, that the bill will continue to be paid.
Would it be released?
Yeah.
Bourrage is who sent me to you. Shangri-La is lost to me at this time. She was captured.
I mean, inside check.
Fourteen.
14. As you say that, not only does that seem like news to him, it, for someone who had sort of a calm, collected demeanor, it almost throws him a little bit. That he's surprised and almost a little disturbed by that news. When you spoke to Shangri-La, she didn't mention my name?
We had very little time to speak.
It doesn't surprise me anyway. She probably thought you weren't ready. Bourrage never had such reservations.
I don't know if I am either.
Well,
You don't know the nature of what she needs with the beast.
not exactly. But much to my chagrin, I have another part to play in this. A part worse than managing the impending default on their payments, if you can believe that. If by the slimmest of odds, Graven Il Vigo would actually make it to me, I'm supposed to get you into the Shade Assembly through the proverbial back door. And then you do whatever the fuck you're supposed to do. Of course, your timing couldn't be fucking worse. You had almost 5 years to get here, and you arrive exactly when I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Why are you taking the favor ferry?
Oh, anybody can use a favor now and again.
I have to be the one to kill it.
Okay.
I have some help, but it has to be me. I also have other obligations at the moment.
Well, fuck those obligations. Look, this was my second of 3 legs on a Samicha, which means I got about 2 weeks before I can go anywhere else. If you'd like to keep things on a tight schedule, which I suggest you do, given Shangri-La's financial situation, I'd say you got about 15, 16 days to meet me at the Isthmus of Rikra, which bridges the gap between Finlock Forest and the mainland. Is that something you can manage?
Yes. I have someone that said that they could get me to the island itself, if that is even more helpful.
It's not. Can that person get you in? Then fuck that person.
Right. 15 days.
Yeah.
How many Ilvigos have you met?
A couple.
Does my mother still live?
No.
Does that seem true?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, baby.
It's like, check that hoe.
17.
17. As with a couple other points in the conversation, you get the sense that possibly through Shangri-La or someone else, he's been very carefully instructed what he should and should not say to you.
Oh, shit. Many things have been kept from me for a long time. Many things aren't as I thought they were for even longer. Do you understand why?
Yeah, I think I have an idea.
The birds. Shangri-La's birds. Is that how you've been in touch with her?
No.
Do you know about them? Do you know who she would have been?
Never heard of no birds.
How were you communicating?
Letters work fine.
She was... Do you know of Reina Kiros?
Yeah. Tinkerer and Tuktu.
Yes. She created a way for Shangri-La, who was training birds, to bring messages. But she specifically wanted them to get to Finlock Forest. Do you have any idea whom or why she would want such a...
Well, once an operative takes a contract, everything doesn't have to go through me. If I had to guess, I'd say she was writing her operative.
I spent a long time with Jillian recently, but I haven't seen her. Have you heard from her of late?
Not particularly, no.
Does that seem true?
Make an insight check.
Particularly.
19.
19. You get the sense that, again, you can't pinpoint a time or anything like that, but just based on a little bit of the sort of gears turning in his head, you get the sense that it's not out of the ordinary for him to be in contact with Jillian. Like, he's not like, I don't know, I never talked to Jillian. You know.
She was very helpful. If you do hear from her, tell her I was here, that I said so.
All right. You said that Shangri-La was, how did you put it?
She is held captive. Possibly not in this world.
What the fuck does that mean?
There are other planes of existence.
Because of you. She's somewhere else, is what you're saying.
Yes, everything that you have spoken of is because of me, it seems.
This must have been in the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
One thing I think that you haven't asked me yet is why would I do this? Why? I mean, why would I risk so much? Not just my reputation, but my career. Especially if I go through with sneaking you into the Shade Assembly? Why would I do that? Money's not an issue for me. Power doesn't interest me so much, not that this would have gotten me that anyway.
Is this not part of the contract that you made with her?
And what did she give me in return is what I'm asking you. Why would I do something that flies in the face of all logic like that?
Why?
Think about it.
You can't tell me anything about her contact in Finlock. Obviously, other than yourself.
I'm not privy to conversations between operatives and their clients. Search yourself, Graven. Why does anybody do anything for someone without being motivated by it?
Loyalty?
More than that.
Some sort of personal connection?
More than that.
Righteous?
Just like a cleric of Kuzni, to not have the word love in your vocabulary. Shangri-La's my wife, Graven. Which I guess sorta makes you my brother-in-law. You'll excuse me if I don't leap up to give you a nice brotherly hug.
When the village was trampled. Before that day, I didn't know I had a single member of family.
Yeah, she believes that too. For years, decades, I have been begging Shangri-La to put this matter to rest. Not for me, but for her. I'd see it eating away at her. But then some days she would allow herself to let go, just in a fleeting moment, and she was happy, and it was the most beautiful thing. But she always came back to this, always to you. But see this here? You know why I'm helping you? Because this is the end of the line. when you go to the Shade Assembly and you finish your business, assuming that this creature is still there by that time, which I don't know, I believe you're going to see that your God is never going to let you go. And in that moment, Shangri-La might see it too, and she may finally be able to move on.
I believe that, but there may be another way. I've become aware of a way to sever the connection of a god to this plane.
Does Shangri-La notice?
No. I don't know. I don't even know exactly how it works or if it will or how soon it will. But that is my goal.
And do you think that that's more or less likely to fucking work than this Shade Assembly plan, which seems far-fetched to begin with? Because if you haven't got something concrete, then you got 15 days to show up at the Isthmus of Rickruff.
For the longest time, the thing that drove me to want to kill it was just that I thought that it massacred my family. Now, yes, a tenuous promise, a most likely false promise has been made that when the thing dies, I will have some sort of freedom.
Well, you got 15 days to come up with a contingency plan.
All right.
And by the way, I let you in, and then I get the fuck out. I'm not sticking around to see whatever you're about to do.
There will be at least 3 others with me, hopefully.
That's fine. You trust them?
I have to.
Well, here's some things to consider while you're making your preparations. 1, my access point's well hidden, but it ain't simple safe like walking through the front door. You assume some degree of risk by using it. There's more than a few submerged portions, so I'd practice holding your breath. The coastal caverns are also home to certain creatures such as, but not limited to, harpies, sturges, sahuagins, sea spawns. Familiarize yourself with how to treat poisons. And if you bring anyone who can't see in the dark, well, make sure you have light sources that ain't easily put out by water.
Is it under constant watch?
The interior portion, yeah.
Would me killing it, would that be some kind of breach of the contract that has been made?
Just letting you step foot on the island is a breach of trust that I would never recover from. So you keep my name out of it the whole way. And I'm assuming that after this happens, they'll seal up every fucking opening that comes out of the Shade Assembly. So I hope you have a good way out, too. Or at least a quick one.
How close, when you say the interior, specifically where it's kept, how close is that to the greater, where people are usually stationed?
Shade Assembly ain't that big. You're looking for the holding pens. Now, the tunnel that brings you in, it's close, but it doesn't take you right out there. I'll have a map prepared for you when we meet at the Isthmus.
That is when the money runs out to keep it there.
When is when the money runs out?
15, 16 days.
No, that's when I'm able to meet you. The money's already out, Graven.
So they could... Within these 2 weeks, they might kill it or let it go. Anything you can tell me about the beast itself?
No.
who captured it, how long ago, and how they did it?
Like I said, it was an operative. I cannot give you the name, and it was about 5 years ago. 4.5, maybe.
Jillian gave me a tooth.
Jillian has access to the holding pens. When you get to the isthmus, follow the east bank just a little ways in till you get to a little harbor. It's no longer in use because there's heavy fog there. Shack up in one of the old buildings, and I'll meet you there.
I'm sorry. I thought that for the longest time that all the damage that I had done was 30 years ago. But it seems I keep finding more and more wounds that I have created.
Yeah, well, when you go to the Shade Assembly, if you defeat the creature, maybe Shangri-La comes back, or if you die, hopefully she comes back. If neither of those things happen, then I'll fucking kill you in the afterlife.
I will do everything in my power to release her.
I believe that. I just believe you don't have that much power.
I'll see you in a few weeks.
Get yourself ready.
Jesus.
And I don't just mean equipment. Get yourself ready.
I mean,
I'll go to put my hand out.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion? 21.
oh,
Sort of has a fleeting moment there where he senses an extension of goodwill, which you're not sure if he was expecting or just he came ready to give you the facts straight, and you sense that he didn't know for sure whether he would feel anything about you. You know, he's heard about you through Shangri-La, presumably, in Bourage, but that, you know, when you meet a potential supposed family member that you've never met before in your life, and, you know, you're supposed to be family, there's supposed to be some kind of bond there, and he wasn't sure if there was.
For love.
Reaches a hand out quickly, shakes it, and gets up. We're done here. Oh my god. He starts to walk.
Graven looks around at the people like hugging and talking. And
It seems like mostly husbands and wives, partners, people seeing off loved ones for another trip on the Samine ship.
Get up. Slowly walk out.
Groaning of the boards beneath your feet. Walk. You're kind of ducking underneath the hammocks that are hanging along the planks there in the ceiling. You start to head out. After dropping Erland in Nagarwis, the steeder rumbles on for another 20 minutes or so. Its stabilized body bobbing gently as the tunnel lights cascade by like sprinting through city streets at night. You finally pull up with a gravity-defying bend that settles you at a full stop, a sensation that feels like time slows and then speeds up to catch up to itself. When you exit the tunnels, you find yourself once again at a popular public attraction. A small crowd is gathered at the base of the spider statue, now affixed to the lintel of the former shepherd house. People excited to either utilize or simply observe the newest revelation in travel between the townships. Naoupa feels more comfortable to you than the coast you came from. You've made friends and acquaintances here at the alehouse in Battle Ready. And after putting fire after fire out and wading through the clouds of uncertainty, it feels good to head somewhere where you feel like you know what to expect, even if you know it will be a challenge. So you're heading out of the Steederway here, and as you're kind of, again, as there was in Wamparani Na, a substantial line of people that are here to maybe take their first ride or just see what's going on. It's a new structure in a, Navika Pura isn't as big as some cities, so a structure, a new development this big, a public work is a popular attraction. Give me a perception check as you're walking down the line there.
No, I don't see anything. I see nothing. That's a dirty 20. No, I see everything.
As you're walking along the line of people, there is one person who you recognize that's standing waiting in line.
Who is it?
It's Barney Morgan, the man who wanted to collect the Broken Crown reward for you turning yourself
No. Wait, has he seen me yet?
in. And are you trying not to be seen?
Yes.
Give me a stop.
Time to lie.
Oh. 23.
23. Safira spots him out of the corner of his eye, and he's kind of
Don't
doing
exist.
this. He's trying to like see over people's shoulders just to see people coming out of the Steederway.
Oh, this
And
is gonna break
immediately
my
as you
heart.
see him, you do a quick little hard left turn and just turn in the opposite direction. As far as you can tell, it didn't seem like he clocked you.
Okay, and Safira's gonna like kind of with like a grimace, like I want to put my head down and head straight to Sarn. She was kind of enjoying the moment for a second, but now she's like, just do your thing.
It's the one person I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
So Safira continues on.
You said Sarnero gave the contract, right?
Yes.
She told
I did
Warber
tell
that
them that.
Should have been me. I was the first one to hear about it.
Everyone wanted the money.
So when you get back to Battle Ready, the heavy set of double doors is wide open. Not to signal that just anyone is welcome inside, but to allow for carts and large sections of lumber to be ferried in, as they're currently being carried now by pairs of laborers. The carts contain several buckets of paint, banners, flags with elaborate coats of arms, and it's clear that the preparations for tonight's tournament are well underway. Following the flow of traffic, you step into the training grounds and see the same sections of raised seating that were used for the graduation demonstration. But they've been replicated several times over, and they're surrounding this ovular, freshly tilled section of dirt with a short railing running down the center. And you've seen attractions of this kind. The jousting arena is set up. It's quite nice. It's not so, you've seen some seedy, off-time jousting tournaments where people just kind of go at each other. But this is very well organized, very formal, kind of in its presentation. And there's these tents that have been set up around the exterior for participants to maybe don and doff their armor. And right in the thick of it all, passionately explaining to his hired help how he wants the banners hung, you see Sarndero, and his gold-trimmed armor looks a little shinier than usual. He seems to have spruced himself up a bit for the forthcoming event. So he hasn't seen you yet, but you kind of walk in, and it's a kind of a little wonder to behold. There isn't, guests arriving yet. It's purely labor force and Sarn, but it has a really kind of, it looks exciting, like as if the event itself is going to be quite exciting.
I'm gonna kind of try to flag him down.
Great, so he's in the middle of kind of describing one of the banners. And he looks happy to see you. Maybe you get the sense that he wasn't sure if you were going to come back, and he sees you and he immediately sort of says something to the man next to him and marches over. I am very pleased to see you.
Yes,
back
same
on
here.
the horse, as it were.
As it were, indeed. Yeah, sorry, I hope I wasn't, looks great. I hope I didn't come to, I don't want to screw up the,
No, not at all.
decorations.
I was just worried that yesterday's disappointment would keep you from returning, at least in the coming days.
No, but back on the horse, as you say, yes.
When stubborn will not yield to despair, that is when progress is made.
Right, I like that.
Well,
Let's hope you're right.
we're under construction, but there is time
yeah.
yet.
Is there a better place? Well, I suppose we could go somewhere else.
Yeah, I actually, I had a thought about that
Right.
after you left yesterday. Walk with me. He starts to walk
Okay.
a little bit. While we're walking, merely out of curiosity, did you happen to see either Colonel Warber or Karsten Travers?
No. I actually ended up seeing. I suppose I saw Warber for a moment, but sort of unimportant.
But the bounty is what I'm referring to.
Oh yes, sorry, I did. I mentioned to him that you.
Excellent.
I honestly, I've had so much on my mind that I
That's
completely
quite
forgot.
all
But
right.
yes, I did let him know.
That's
I did.
quite all right.
Yes.
I simply was curious if I needed to.
No,
go and
sorry.
see this.
I told him that you put me on. So.
Yeah, but not the boy, Karsten. And
No,
again,
didn't get to see Karsten, but it was on my lengthening to-do list.
That's fine. That's fine. I would offer you, and he kind of motions around, a ticket for tonight if it wasn't already sold out weeks in advance.
Right. No, that's fine. I've got plenty to do.
We managed to attract some of the top competitors in Anti-Suyu, so there's quite a bit of
Right.
interest.
Yeah, it looks nice.
So, let's not waste any more time when we could be mastering the wild ordnance.
Sure. Really quickly, I wanted to mention to you, you saw a monk a while ago. He was a traveling companion of mine. His name's Erland. He was considering doing one of your programs.
Sure, yes. I remember seeing the two of you together, yes.
Yeah, sorry. So he's a friend of mine, and we had run into Vane, which was a student of yours.
And you can see already a little sort of visible regret, disappointment on his face. Yes, of course. Mr. Mohakro is one of the very few students to ever drop out of my program.
Right. He let us know there was my friend was considering maybe taking the accelerated course, but he'd mentioned that there was a problem with the extract, I suppose, that was used. Or
I feel as if I let Vane down, which doesn't happen very often.
didn't seem like he certainly didn't seem to blame you, if it matters.
Well, ask whatever you want. I'm not trying to hide anything.
No, I just wanted to know that he said that there was maybe a faulty sort of supply or something. Did you ever ask your guy?
Yeah, after Vane got sick, I was very concerned about the stock of extract that I'd purchased from the short ports.
Right.
My orders are arranged through Ganner U,
Okay.
but I know that Mr. McKenna's in charge there.
Right.
And I asked for a face-to-face with McKenna himself, which he accepted. And to his credit, McKenna heard me out, although he seemed less concerned about the safety of my students and more concerned that maybe I'd gotten my hands on something I wasn't supposed to. Said it wasn't tainted extract, but that it was something else for a different purpose that got mixed up. Promised it wouldn't happen again.
Oh. Right. Well, I suppose that's a relief.
He had Ganner come back, check the rest of my stock. Didn't seem to find anything else concerning or out of the ordinary.
So he seemed like it was a mistake that they'd made on their part, and they assured you it wouldn't happen again?
That's certainly what they sold to me, yeah.
Right. Well, it's good to know. Sorry, I just wanted to see.
That's fine. The way Ganner did his checking, he sort of had this little vial of a clear liquid. He would squeeze out a couple of drops into the extract, and he said that the mixture would turn an opaque black if it was this other substance, the thing that Vane apparently consumed. But if the extract was normal, it wouldn't change color at all. So he tested each one, nothing changed, didn't turn black.
That's convenient. He didn't leave any of that behind for you, so you could check your own.
He did.
Oh, that's
actually.
great.
I used it for a little while until I was pretty well convinced that it was a fluke.
Oh, okay. Well, do you know what that stuff was? So if we ever did buy extract, we could make sure it wasn't the other stuff?
I've no idea what it is, but you can have the couple of drops left in my vial.
Oh, really? That'd be brilliant if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
Just to make sure, if in case we ever did, need the stuff.
Yeah, I'll make sure that one of my boys gets it to you on the way out.
Right, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Then that was... I suppose we should get to it now.
Testing extract somewhere besides my training yard, that people are using that for something?
Probably not, but because we were... I'm a bit concerned about the... I wouldn't want that to happen to him, especially if it was the accelerated program. He's...
Sure.
Never tell him I told you this, but he's very good at what he does, so we wouldn't want to lose him.
Yes, well,
Even
if it
for, like-
eases your mind, and Vane never got to the point where it was.
No, I just mean even
life-threatening.
for a day, it would be, not ideal.
I mean, I don't blame Vane for not coming back, even though I tried. He
Sure,
was in a
sure.
bad way for a couple of days.
Right. Well, I'm glad he's fine now.
Sure. Well, shall we?
Yes, thank you.
All
Sorry.
right.
Gosh. Nervous.
Like I said, and by the time you guys,
She's kind of like, I'm straightening myself.
you guys have been walking sort of the length of the training yard, which is fairly large, so it's taking you a little while but you've come up to a door on one of the exterior walls of the training yard. Now, like I said, I had a thought after you left yesterday. And as you can see, the training yard is a little occupied at the moment. We could place the altars in the jousting area, but I actually came up with an alternate plan. When my students who are in the accelerated program are coming down from their extract usage, common side effects are muscle fatigue and headaches, understandable given the physical and mental strain pushing your body to the limit during
Sure.
that window. And to ease this transition, I had a heated pool built underneath the barracks and found that the buoyant, weightless feeling did wonders for a racing mind. Now, one of my assistants helped me bring the altars down there and place them at each end of the pool, and I thought we'd see if maybe that helps you navigate any spiritual projections you might encounter. So instead of walking the bow from one end to another, maybe you'd swim through.
Right, that sounds nice actually. It's different, I suppose.
I just thought maybe anything to separate the body from the mind, as it were. Let you
Sure.
focus on your thoughts. Now, the pool's already heated. We had requests from some of the prospective jousters to use it before or after their run. I was happy to oblige.
Sure.
Shouldn't be anyone in there quite yet, so what do you think?
Let's go, I suppose, yeah.
All right. Follow me. And
Just a naked monster in there.
If there's some guy.
he unlocks a key, unlocks a lock on the door with a key on his belt. And inside, the first room that it opens up into is a series of bunk beds. Though there's no students here, there's no class currently in progress, so they're empty, the beds are neatly made. And you don't have a lot of time to look it over because he immediately pivots and he starts down a staircase to his right. And it curls around, and then it flattens out as the corridor opens into a very wide, low-ceilinged room. And the temperature quickly rises as a wall of water vapor passes over you, filling your lungs with a very comfortable incandescence. Now, there's pipes along the walls for ventilation, but the thick fog is very pervasive. It makes it difficult to make out both ends of the still waters that are seated into the ground. Though at the closest end, you see one of the small stone altars that you previously used during your spiritual journey. Now, I'm going to take the weapon that you wish to transfer the spirits to and place it at the other end. And he motions to the other end, but you can't see the altar. It's like that. The water vapor is that thick in the room.
Steam room.
Now take your time, and when you're ready, place the wild ordnance bow on this closest altar, and just call out to me. Get into the pool, and listen for my words. We'll say the prayer once more that we did before.
Right, okay.
All right? So
Right.
hold the hand out for the...
I'm gonna hand him my longbow.
Right? All right. Take your time. And you watch him take a few steps away, and he gets a little faded, and then he kind of disappears into the mist on the other side.
So cool.
I'm gonna take out the wild ordnance bow and walk kind of with it and see how, I'm gonna kind of hold it out and see how it responds to the steamy.
Sure, make an animal handling check.
Come on. It's a natural 20.
Natural 20. As you hold the bow and start to walk forward, you hear some rather pleasant noises, a little... Some sort of deep comfort, almost noises of hibernation, like you've stumbled upon a creature in its
We're gonna
den.
have to wake you guys up and you have work to do. Oh no, that's kind of mean. Get all relaxed before you do your work. Get ready.
Yeah, so you hear some very sort of relaxed, comforting noises emanating from the bow.
I feel so mean now. All right, I'm gonna kind of take a deep breath and like close my eyes and place the bow down.
Gently place it on the altar there. Right, now you're standing at the foot of the pool, and the bow's on its altar.
Right, now I'm gonna kind of call out to Sarna. Ready?
Are you in the pool? You hear kind of a disembodied voice from the other side.
And I'm gonna like sink down into the pool so it's just my head.
In all
kind
your
of
clothes?
up. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm just gonna be a pain in the ass later.
So you actually have to. The pool is not that deep, so that if you're just standing straight up, it doesn't even come up to your neck. You kind of have to. You can though. You kind of squat down and push with your arms a little bit to keep yourself sort of just level, where it's kind of at your clavicle there.
Yes, I'm in the water.
All right. Now try to visualize once more where you found the wild ordnance, the sights and the smells, the feelings you were experiencing. You take a moment here to let those thoughts pass through your head, sort of sweltering heat, and now that you're in the water, also with the armor on, it feels almost a little, not suffocating, but you can feel the heat sort of permeating throughout your armor, this sort of torrid serenity almost. Now allow the water to cradle you physically so you can focus entirely on your mind. And let the body go. The physical form is not what we are concerned with at this time. And the spirits know this all too well. Now close your eyes and repeat after me. Uniosmo.
Uniosmo.
Oerianomo.
Orianomo.
Nofiria perpego.
Nofiria papego.
Ergo fifir.
Ergo fafir.
Mono.
Mono.
And that water feeling, that sudden burst of energy that you felt before, comes to you once more. And you have that, you're more prepared for it this time, but that almost stomach drop feeling, like a sudden sort of recess and then coming back up. But this time, instead of a falling sensation, it's like a pulling one, as if a strong riptide was funneling you out to sea by the ends of your feet. It feels as if you're submerged, but your breath still comes to you. And after a moment, your toes feel like they touch soft sand. And you open your eyes and find yourself on what looks like an ocean floor. Tall stalks of seaweed swaying gently and reaching up toward the surface of the water. You take a look around. And as Safira concentrates on her thoughts, we're briefly going to go over.
Oh, damn it.
Standing at the podium, designated for standard incoming and outgoing services, Baldwin has his back turned as Erland finishes penning the prepaid letter meant as an open line of communication with Marvin's captors. It's taken a moment as you've poured quite a bit of thought into your exact response, and a couple other citizens have lined up behind you, some with parcels in hand, others perhaps waiting to collect something that was sent from other townships or even from beyond Navika Pura. As you're writing, you can't help but notice that the current wagon being unloaded in the underpass, there's trunks and boxes of a far superior quality than your usual transport crate, adorned with silver and gold embellishments, and sometimes painted. There's a human man with sunken eyes, a bushy beard, and an orange vest that seems to be overseeing the transition of these trunks to another wagon, and frequently kind of barks out orders that you can hear from where you're standing. Come on now, hurry up! Parsival's waiting, you know. And he's taking trunks, kind of loading them onto it. So that's kind of just happening off to the side as you're finishing up your letter.
Remind me the mailroom guy's name again?
No,
I got it here.
Baldwin.
Baldwin Bukowski. So I'll write the note. I'll just say it out loud instead of passing it to you. So it's gonna say, just so I'm remembering correctly, I know it was like a Crabber's Shack community, but where we met before, it was a Crabber's Shack, right?
It was a Crabber's community.
Community, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a name for the specific Crab Shack.
Yeah.
The
Crabber Shack.
Oh, the Crab Shack.
Yeah.
The community was the Crabber's community.
Okay, cool. So the note's just gonna say, meet me at 8 p.m. tonight at the Crabber's community. I'll bring a whistle and a mutant.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sort of, excuse me, Baldwin.
He sort of peeks over his shoulder. Done with your letter?
Yes, sorry. Do you have is there a way to seal this?
Yes, of course. He has like a wax sealing kit that he takes out and sort of expertly folds it up and applies the wax, presses it.
All right.
You mentioned that this letter was prepaid. What was the name of the signee, or do you have the note that you're responding to?
Oh, yes, of course.
Who wouldn't?
Yes, I remember the gentleman. Yes, we
Excellent.
will make sure that this gets to him.
Great. So I'll hand
Anything else I can do for you today?
Oh, yes. There was, I'll describe the area around back where I opened the...
Sure.
Oh my god.
There was, when I stepped outside, I noticed that there was some broken glass, in the alleyway, but didn't want any dogs or children to step on it. I don't know if you have a sort of custodian.
No.
Do you have a broom?
Telling him to go out.
No, not for public use.
All right, thank
Is
you
that
then.
perhaps, and he sort of leans forward, something you could see to?
I don't have a... I can kick it with my boot, I suppose, into a... All right, fine. Thank you, Baldwin.
Have a nice day.
Somebody else to clean up. He's the mail guy. You have to go outside and clean up your trash.
I just happened to see that.
Give me a perception check as you're turning away from Baldwin.
For everyone.
Somebody else made a mess. 15.
15. As you just turn away from that little civilian inquiry stand, you do get a look at some of the goods that are being transitioned from the wagon to another wagon. And it's mainly stuff that doesn't fit inside necessarily one of the trunks. You see some rather almost foppish, like sailing and captain's outfits, like far too pristine for someone who actually works on the docks, but maybe for someone who wants to appear like they work on the docks, but still identify themselves as a person of means. And then there's a large stone statue of a man that you recognize, but haven't seen in a while. Human, and swathed in a decadent robe with a forced smile and a furrowed brow. It's Cresimir Mullafair. And there's an inscription at the base of the statue that says, "The Steederway of Naoupa is dedicated to Cresimir Mullafair, who will always be remembered for his generosity toward the good people of Navika Pura." So they're transferring this memorial statue to one of the wagons.
Kresimir was like the patriarch back in Ernchupa.
Ernchupa, yes.
At Pies Daddy.
Dickhead.
As the D.
Erland shakes his head and sort of walks back outside and
Find yourself in the middle of Nagarwis, comfortable little quiet township.
I'll sort of look down the alleyway and roll my eyes and walk into it. Kind of kick the glass
Oh my god.
with my boot into like the kind of corner of the
Sure, give me a stealth check.
23.
23. You sort of look around, back up into the alley, and then with not pushing your foot forward, but behind you, kind of swipe it into the closest corner closest to one of the buildings. So if
Yeah.
you're just walking down the alley, you probably
Yeah.
would not step on the pieces.
All right. And I'm going to
Everyone's like, good day.
I've done good this day.
back to bed.
You're welcome.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm in.
Nagarwis?
I'm in Nagarwis, and I need to get myself.
Someone's little pet dog's gonna die.
Yeah, that's a chance we have to take.
That's right.
I am going to, and he wanted me to go to La Patro, right? Okay, I'm going
Back to
to
La Patro.
get in. I'm gonna head back to the Steederway.
All right.
Wait,
you
you're
return.
going to the Patro?
You return to the Steederway of Nagarwis, which once again is inside the Melvin Hoggs Memorial, so you're very, very familiar with it at this point. You walk through the Melvin Hoggs Memorial, see the statue of Melvin Hoggs himself, and you wait your turn. We'll sort of fast forward through the process, but it looks like they have given your names to some of these checkers at the point, and you see, as you once again mentioned that you ride for free, they check your description and your name, and it seems like with a little quill he makes like a little mark in his book that another free passage has been used. So you find your way into the Steederway and on your way to Naoupa. We'll go over to Graven. You exit the Semintia. You head out, ducking underneath the sort of crossbar there of the hull, and you start to walk down that sort of thin but sturdy enough plank that connects to the boardwalk of the tall ports. And as you're exiting, the two guards kind of at the base there look up and they catch your eye. Hello, welcome back. Get what you need, sir?
Yes.
I believe we have some of your belongings.
Right. Under Graven.
Yes. And he motions to someone who's over at that little chest locker kind of thing, rifles through a few things. He's like checking a little piece of parchment. Yeah, comes over with the items that you handed over, which I think was just like your shield, mace.
Shield mace.
Yeah.
Because my bag didn't have anything bad.
Where are you headed, Gray?
Franco's.
Frank's.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I want to see Mohan
Make a perception check.
farting around? Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You take a moment here as you're up on this plank. You have a pretty good view of the surrounding ships just because you're raised up a little higher. You have a little bit of a better vantage point. And you have a good view of the people coming up on and off of the other ships that are moored here. And you're confident that Mohan is not out here overseeing it. Like, you don't see him, and because you have such a good vantage point, you don't feel like you missed anything. So if he's somewhere, he's inside or home or not here at the tall ports, but you're confident with your scan that he didn't elude you.
Yeah, sorry, I got shit to do. Yep, off to Franco's.
All right. So you start to walk a familiar path through the streets, and you get your way to Fangle, sort of the more residential district. And you get to that door that now has become kind of a curious little sidetrack that keeps coming back for Graven.
Still mended from the.
Yeah, the door, he hasn't had time to give it a proper replacement, so there's still some of that splintered wood that he's patched crudely over with a few...
Before I knock on it, can I kind of give it a look and feel and do a few mendings on it that like...
You probably could. Some of the pieces are splintered enough that it wouldn't, like, you're not going to make a perfect fix, but there's a couple larger breaks that you'd probably be able to fix.
I'll do that. I'll take a minute to... If I don't see him like right inside the windows.
Give me a
or anything.
perception check.
Okay.
Is that a cantrip? Are you wasting fucking...
No, it's cantrips, but I just mean like I don't want him to be like, what the? Who's doing that?
There's other people in the streets here.
Yeah.
But
Perception, you said?
yeah.
6.
He's got the curtains pulled as you found him to be wont to do, and you do not see him inside.
I'll do like 2 or 3, which takes half a minute to just kind of do a couple like.
You repair a couple of the cleaner breaks, and you do a pretty serviceable job. It's not a perfect replication.
Graven smiles and turns around. No, I'll
fix my fucking door.
I put a bill in the door. Graven, 10 gold. Please. Yeah, I'll give it a knock. How hard? Meaty.
You give a knock, and this time, certainly as opposed to when you knocked in the night, but even the first time that you came, you're not sure if he's expecting someone or just a little more alert during this particular hour of the day. You hear the door rattling right away, almost as if he was in the room on the other side. Immediately kind of opens the door, and he peeks out, and just his facial expression, you'd think maybe he was expecting someone else, but he's sort of, oh yeah. I had a feeling I'd see you sooner rather than later. Well, you're lucky I have the evening shift today, thanks to the Samicha coming in.
I did a little, and I'll point to the door there. Little cursory.
Thanks.
Right.
Wow.
And I won't waste much of your time, and I'll take out the stone that he gave me.
Yeah, these locks don't come off till I see both the stone and the favor.
And the favor.
Reaches through the door
Oh my god.
for the stone. Give me a second. You hear again.
I break the door again.
Unmending.
Yeah. Unmend.
You hear something
Takes effects.
like he's going through some of his cupboards and cabinets.
Did he use both medium favors?
And then
Use is a strong word.
several locks being unlocked.
As we're walking in, were you expecting someone else this morning?
No. Look, I'll get to the point. Your ring works, but it's not perfect.
Whatever traces of magic it had left were difficult to rekindle. You're lucky I got as much as I did. It's not dangerous to attune to or anything. It's just maybe not as potent as a freshly crafted ring of protection. So when you attune to it, you'll find that the magic isn't robust enough to bring out all of its perks, but you can focus on whichever one is of greater benefit to you. So anyway,
He takes out a little drawer. Here it is. And he tosses it over to you.
Would more time with it yield any more, do you think?
yeah, maybe. I was a little pinched.
Well, perhaps if I'm not pleased with it, I'll come back and see what more you can do.
Yeah.
Hands the ring over to you. So as you can see there, normally a ring of protection gives you +1 AC and +1 to saving throws. This one, when you attune to it, you pick one of those two benefits, as opposed for it to giving you both.
Still pretty good.
Yes, still a very potent item, but doesn't have quite the power. And you can reattune to it and choose which one you want.
But
so
you
if-
have to fully do the...
that takes 2 short rests to unattune and then reattune to it.
Or you could just throw it really far and then go get
For
it.
24 hours, yes. It has to be, I
shit,
think it has to be
never
over 24 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to unattune to it to be able to reattune to it.
You can't just like I attuned to these. If something's attuned to you, you can't sit there and attune to it again.
The way to sort of unattune to it is to attune to a 4th magic item. But that would still take 2 short rests because you'd have to attune to the other one and then attune back. So
Okay.
in any case, it takes significant
Yes,
concentration and effort to
Can you respect the craft, please?
I want my money's worth out of this. My gentle void favor is worth out of this.
You're a gent.
Our gentle.
Anyway,
Look, I know I wasn't able to do exactly what I said. At least not with the brief time you gave me. And you made good on your word every step of the way with the amulet and the favors. So for that, I'm willing to do a little bit of further business, even if you're an outsider. So if you have any inclination to come back late tonight, I don't know, midnight or later when I'm done, I've got a few pieces that I could part with if you have anything else worth bartering for. I don't know what you're preparing for with this ring of protection, but I might have a trinket or two that could serve you.
it's very kind.
And no gold. Favors, other trinkets, barter only.
Got it.
Doesn't have gold.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I perhaps I will be back.
All right.
I'll slip that away and I'll stick it on my finger again.
It doesn't attune to it, but looks nice.
Oh. Actually,
At the threshold of the door, you sort of stop.
Yeah.
some friends of mine had heard of a local tattoo artist that could possibly make this process a little quicker. Is that anything you know about?
Yeah, Butez, magic, metallic attunement. I know, I'm sure. Yeah, what?
This guy.
Something that would work for this, yes?
You'd have to ask him, not my specialty.
All right. Goodbye.
Gives you a little sarcastic wave, and you hear as the door closes, all the locks kind of closing behind you.
That worked now.
It's like, wow, these are really easy to unlock.
Fixed it.
God, okay. What's my next goddamn thing?
Yeah, where do you head?
So what time is it now?
So it's probably like 11:30, like maybe almost noon, because you've had to walk across town a couple times.
Okay.
Around the Smeecha.
And I know she was trying to rest until 1-ish.
Yeah. Hour and a half till Orba wakes, potentially.
I'll head back there.
Okay, head back in the direction of all hands on deck. As Graven is headed over there, we will go to all hands on deck.
Wait, why?
And stretching her arms to the fullest extent that this cramped space allows, Orba rises, feeling as refreshed as one can after a night of climbing bluffs and inhaling ether, the latter of which seems to have left a residual grogginess that tempts you into taking an immediate follow-up nap. But you resist the urge,
and swing your legs to the side, sitting up and finding yourself alone in 3B with 1 day left before Cliff's deadline for departure.
I guess first Orba's gonna go to her plant. She's gonna water it and make sure it's getting some sun.
Sure, yeah, there's a little window there with a shelf that you can kind of gently place it there.
Okay. Do I have the key? Or do you have a key? Did you lock me in here?
I said that I locked her in when I left her my old room. I don't think I said.
We can say that Graven left the key on the table
Okay.
for you if you needed to leave at any point.
Yeah, I guess Orba's she's gonna leave most of her stuff actually upstairs. She'll keep like her. Oh wait, actually, so she's also when she's sitting next to her plant, she's going to take a look at her palm, and she's just gonna quickly cast Mage Hand with her palm.
And the Mage Hand appears without use of the crystal. You take a look at your palm. It has, as soon as the Mage Hand appears, it has a little bit of a soreness, almost like pushing back a little bit, but you can tell that the power is sort of centered on the palm of your hand there, and it feels good even with the little bit of sting that kind of comes with it, almost like stepping into very hot water that just takes a moment to kind of relax into.
Orba doesn't care. She's gonna drop Mage Hand and do it like 2 more times.
Ow!
So
And each time you do it, stings a little bit less until you get comfortable with the
awesome.
No fair.
Um, okay, Orba's gonna go downstairs, take her key. Like I said, she's gonna leave pretty much everything, maybe but her coin purse or something. Yeah.
Okay.
She'll take it. She'll go downstairs, lock the door.
Great. Start to head downstairs. Give me a perception check as you come down to the
Okay.
first level of all hands on deck.
Yep, that's gonna be a 4.
A 4. Okay. There's actually surprisingly more people here than you'd expect at this hour, and more people that are kind of in dock worker, longshoreman attire. It seems that for whatever reason, maybe there weren't as many ships in, or there's some kind of interruption in the workforce, that more people are here when you would expect them to be out working. Other than that, the only person that you recognize right away is you saw Erland have a brief exchange with sort of a shorter dwarven man, frizzy blonde hair, kind of a puffy, unkempt beard. You watched Erland talk to him briefly and then head upstairs to... I don't think you were ever introduced to him, but you definitely saw him have a conversation with that man. So you see that same man who's having a drink at the bar there.
Got it. Cool. Orba's gonna take a seat at the bar, kind of close to that guy, I guess.
Hello, miss, and Brick's there at the bar. What can I get you?
Morning. Cheapest food you got, sir?
That would just be a little bit of buckwheat bread and eggs, if that sounds good to you.
That sounds delicious. Thank
4
you.
copper.
Okay.
And he serves you a nice hot plate of simple but filling buckwheat bread and eggs.
You said 4 copper?
Yeah, just 4 copper.
It's pretty crowded here today. Is it like a holiday or something?
No, the Samicha came in today, which is one of the ships that runs over to Kirukachun, and they have their own special dedicated dock worker force that works the Samicha specifically. So that pier that would normally be for another ship, all these people here work that pier, but because the Samicha's in, they don't work the docks, at least not until later in the afternoon.
Why aren't they allowed to work the dock?
Not allowed, just that you can't just funnel everybody into the couple of piers. Again, the Samicha has its own special dedicated workforce.
What does the Samicha do?
It runs over to Kirukachun. People call it the favor ferry, if you've ever heard that phrase.
No.
People in need of a, sort of looks around a little conspiratorial, gentle void favor
Oh.
can take the ferry, do a little bit of work for the gentle void, and come back with something to show for it.
Oh, that sounds helpful.
Yeah, can be if you're in a bit of a pinch.
Cool, thanks.
You can join them if you like. Every time that favor ferry comes in, the lot usually assigned to work that pier comes in for a pint, and they play a little bit of secret shaker if you've ever played that game.
What is that?
Well, just a little bit of a dice game, bit of gambling, if that suits you.
Yeah.
They don't mind letting others in on the fun if you're up to it.
Is it? I've never heard of the game. Is it easy to learn?
Oh, it's pretty simple, yeah. It's a game of luck and a little bit of playing your opponents.
Oh, I'm
a little
pretty
bit of
good at
mind
both
games.
of those things. I'm pretty lucky.
Sounds like your kind of game.
Orba's gonna start looking around to see if she sees any action.
Sure,
God, we left her
you can
alone.
easily
She's
see there's a
gambling.
couple tables of people like concentrating faces, people kind of looking around, putting out dice, kind of, you see some action happening. And give me a perception check as well, in addition to clearly seeing the action that's happening over there.
Oh my god, I can't. Morgan, I'm gonna kill you for getting me these dice. 5.
Blaming Morgan.
It's your fault.
So as you're looking around and no longer talking to Brick, that guy that talked to Erland at one point is having kind of a little secretive, kind of mischievous conversation with the person next to him at the bar, but it's hard to overhear exactly what he's saying.
Got it. Okay. And as I'm also looking around, is Hatchet around?
Yes.
Okay.
In his usual spot.
Is he alone?
No. As you don't typically see him alone in the couple of times you've been here. There's usually a couple of people kind of hovering around his table.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally someone will lean in and kind of talk to him.
Buying drugs.
But he's not having like a transaction at the moment.
Hard to tell from where you are.
Cool.
And with that roll.
Yes, with that roll. Okay. Orba, as she's eating, she's gonna like eye up the couple tables that are playing, and she's gonna keep an eye out for anybody who has like a little bit of a temper, like a little bit less of a poker face, maybe. Okay. She's gonna try to just figure out which
Give
table
me
she
an
wants to go
investigation
to. Okay. 12.
12.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was worse than that.
Look over. There's probably like 2 main tables that most of the people are concentrated around. And the only thing you're able to get is one guy kind of looks like he pushes maybe one of the dice forward, sees what the other players have. Fuck! And pulls a dice back. And he didn't seem like he blew a stack. He just seemed irritated at his level of luck.
Good job.
A couple people give him kind of a mocking rub on the shoulders.
Yeah, Orba's like chewing on some toast, and she's gonna keep an eye on that guy. And as soon as she's done eating, she's gonna get up and go to that table.
Okay, as Orba finishes up eating, we'll say you've been here for a little while, as it took some time to come down, and right around now is when Graven enters back in through the doors of All Hands on Deck, and you see Orba turning away from the bar, and her eyes like lighting up as she slowly creeps towards the tables over there.
Orba.
Huh?
I know.
They're playing
I
a
know. I know. Can I get a few minutes of your time before you lose yourself?
Yeah,
there?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go, can I also play? I would also very much like to play.
We never
Yeah.
Take a little quick detour back up to, so now you're in what was Erland's room. This is the way you got swapped.
We'll open it up.
So,
Yeah. How was it?
he is my brother by marriage.
Pockets? Wait, does that mean...
That I am just as much his problem, in a way, as the rest of my family's. I am no hero of his. But, anyway, when he gets back from the Samicha in 2 weeks, he can get us to where it is kept.
Really?
Yes,
He can get us right to it?
yes.
How?
It's not going to be easy. But we meet him on the isthmus that connects the mainland and Finlock Forest. And through tunnels and more harpies and Sahuagins and other trials, we will get to holding pens. And that is where it is kept.
That's great news. That's better than I was anticipating.
If great news means that we get to face down one of the most terrible beasts I've even thought of encountering, yes, it's good news.
Oh, they're that bad.
It
I've only
leveled a
read that many
village.
stories. I don't know. I feel like we fought a lot of really hard stuff, but
I know,
this is...
I know. The details are few. Whether it'll be incapacitated in any way, I don't know. Just that it should be there. And
Well,
that we
hopefully it
have,
would be caged too, correct? If it's
in
a
a
holding
way,
pen,
yes,
it'll be.
yes. But as I say, we have 2 weeks, 15 days or so.
How far of a journey is it to this isthmus?
Well, however long it takes to get to the coast, maybe a day or so. Is that?
Just to get from here to the isthmus?
Yeah, from like here to the isthmus.
It takes a little longer than that. Does someone have their
big map?
I don't
Yeah,
have
the big map.
Where's big map?
Because each hex is like a quarter day's travel. So I think it's like 2 days from here. Alternatively, you had spoke about
Should I
going.
put it in the middle?
Sure, you can. Yeah.
Oh, big map. Big map.
Big map.
Oh no.
Oh, piss.
It's okay.
So graceful.
So, we are here. Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's at probably closer to 3 days.
And it looks, and I guess you have this map, right?
Yeah.
So Orba.
Yeah.
So this is this is the Ropra Mountains that
That we're headed
we're
to.
headed towards.
And that's a solid 2 days, and this is probably 3 days
Yeah.
to get to the isthmus. Yeah.
and what is this a body of water that we are going to just travel over?
That's a river.
It's a river.
It's a river? Do you know if it's a that thick one?
Obviously, the blue on the map was like,
You couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't.
I mean, you've seen it's probably not crossable. The major rivers in Antisuyo, there's usually crossing somewhere. Yeah, it'd be difficult to just like wade through it.
Well, hopefully.
But that is to say, obviously, we have our first of several targets. We will be doing
Yeah.
it first, and
Right,
hopefully
yeah, right there.
honing our skills as when it comes to taking down powerful entities.
Yeah. Okay.
Harvest Langider. The cursed ring
Oh, yeah.
is no longer cursed.
Oh. It's for me?
Take it.
What do I do?
I promised I would always keep it with me, but now I'm promised to
I'll protect it.
always keep you protected, so
Okay.
I don't think it's not quite a lie. But you take some
Don't tell
time.
Harvest.
Don't tell Harvest. Take some time with that, and I think you'll find that it'll give you some added protection.
Orba gives Graven a big hug. Thank you. It's pretty.
You're lucky to come across it, and it's doing much better for us than it would have been staying there in Tuktu.
Yeah. Right. Right. Because it was like evil, right?
Yes, its previous owner. Yeah.
Oh,
Was a questionable guy.
Yes.
got it.
Not the best guy.
You can give her the ring thing.
take
Yeah,
this.
she's taking it.
Oh. Well, I guess I got to get rid of something then. I have too many
Oh,
things.
you already connected to.
Yeah, I've already attuned to what I would believe is my limit. Maybe somebody could do with the cuffs that I've been wearing and have never used.
Your mask, those cuffs, what else?
Those were only magic.
Oh, and a sending stone that Safira gave me, but I can't charge it. I don't know how.
If it's anything like what I just gave back to Franco, he might be able to tell us how.
Yeah, do we need to though? Do we want to spy on anybody in the next 24 hours?
What will... Oh, we would charge it, leave it somewhere, and we'd be able to hear.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it only lasts for 24 hours or 3 uses.
Wait, the charge only lasts 24 hours?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's tricky.
I-
And then you
I-
gotta go pick it back up.
Here's another...
Sorry, yeah.
Here's... You might like this.
What?
Franco invited me to come back around midnight tonight, and he might have more trinkets, magical trinkets to look at. So we could ask him what it might. He wants barter. Gold is no good. Which favors or barter for trinkets and for, I imagine, charging.
Well, what about the cuffs?
He took the amulet that I.
Oh, that's
Pyrrhic
right.
amulet.
Yeah, maybe we offer him this. I don't know if maybe Erland wants this. Maybe Safira. I don't know.
Anyway, tonight, as I said, I need to go to the jousting.
Oh yeah, you've got a date.
To get my armor, yes. I suppose if you want to come with me, we could try to get you in somehow, sneak you in.
What time are you going?
I think it starts at 7.
I might be helping Erland with something then, but what?
Is it Marvin?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you need me?
I don't know. I don't know what he's planning.
I still haven't had a full rest.
Yeah. Do you need one?
Yes.
Like no, like
But
right now. Do you need one?
I need to go get my armor tonight. I'll rest
Okay.
tonight.
Okay.
I have to leave tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I got to tell, like, an acolyte or something that we need stuff. But
Didn't we put in an order for certain?
not yet. I was collecting information, and then I guess I used this blue flag, and Orba will pull it out, and I'll, like, signal to somebody, and they'll come, and I'll tell them, hey, I need stuff.
Okay.
I hope that's how that works.
Because we're not meeting with anybody again until we leave, right?
I assume so, yeah.
Probably better to do that tonight so that we have it for
Okay.
tomorrow morning.
I will do that. I'll do that, yeah.
Where are you going with Erland?
I don't know. Okay, has he updated you on this whole thing?
No?
Okay, so here's what's happening. So the people that ambushed him have Marvin Bishop, and he wants to give away our whistle to get Marvin back. But they're only going to give Marvin back right now if we can prove that the whistle works. So we've got to also find the mutant.
A mutant?
Yeah. He was going to make me disguise myself, but I'm not sure. He seems to be backpedaling on that idea a little bit. But I have an idea. I just haven't seen Erland yet.
As to where we get a mutant?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, I was thinking that, what's that guy's name?
McKenna?
Yeah. I was thinking that McKenna, could also use a whistle. So what if we say, like, hey, give us a mutant. We'll show you how this whistle works.
Give us a mutant.
Not temporarily.
We shouldn't
Bring
even
us
know
to
that
a
they
space.
exist. No! If we walk in there
No,
with the
'cause we can
knowledge
tell
of
them that we
mutants,
slayed
he'll
the
probably...
mutant. We're the ones that slayed the one that got away. So, you interrupted me. What we're going to do is we're going to
assume
go to
he's
McKenna.
going to like any of that.
We're going to go to McKenna.
He will hate all of this
We're going to go to
information.
McKenna and we're going to say, hey, we killed a mutant using this whistle, and we need to show that this whistle works on somebody in exchange for you bringing a mutant for a very short period of time to this rendezvous. We'll also give you a copy of the whistle.
So your plan is to tell him that we know everything, lie to him, and ask for something.
Okay, you're
from him.
reducing my points to make a point on your own, and I don't appreciate it. I think it's a pretty good idea. What do you mean lie to him?
We didn't use a whistle to kill anything.
We used the whistle to we used the whistle in the underground place, and it at least inhibited the creature.
Telling McKenna that we have even the slightest inkling as to what a mutant is a terrible idea. We will immediately go on the #1 list of people to get killed.
Well, all I know is that Erland really needs to talk to Gormari, and he really needs to get Marvin freed. That's all I know. And I'm just trying to find a way to make that happen. If you have a better plan, then you by all means.
I think that anything... No mutants! Why would you want a mutant around?
Not for good, just for a second. Just so we could go toot toot and show that the whistle works.
McKenna isn't going to serve you up a mutant in a cage.
Why not? We got a thing that helps him control mutants.
Control.
They can't control the mutants.
We have never controlled a mutant. We only know of one person who knows how to do that.
And it's the Lemonade Man because he's got the whistle.
I need to go get my armor. Please don't ask for a mutant while I'm gone.
Can I go gamble now?
Fuck, I need to... I'll just send him a goddamn note. Let's go gamble for a little while.
Do you need
Think about this.
Do you need some money?
I've got a little that Safira gave me. Why is that so funny?
You got no allowance for me.
She gave me some pocket money. So,
Okay.
see if we can add to it.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Again, I'm leaving most of my stuff in the room.
Wet through my shirt.
I know.
I'll leave my shield and my mace in the room.
All right.
For now.
You guys return to the bar area of all hands on deck. And with the activity picking up along the far wall, you do see, again, some of these dock workers that have these free hours that they don't normally have, enjoying the time off, having a few extra drinks, cheering in the background. But that is where we're going to take a quick break.
Oh my god.
A lot of people on the move.
Oh.
No
And,
toot toot. That is not the plan. The plan is not
That's
you
pretty
to
good plan,
toot
guys.
toot.
If we
No
had
toot
like
toot.
5 whistles,
No toot
maybe
toot.
we could be like, whistle for you, whistle for you.
Her notes
But
for
we
that
have
scene
one.
was, "We're all going to die. No, toot toot."
And while we inevitably debate the merits of such a plan in our 15-minute break, that is where we'll take a quick break.
Oh.
Let me get my slice of bread. Hopeful Optimist bidded 200 bits. Thank you so much. And then just a moment ago, Banished Raven bidded 300 specifically for gambling. We
gambling.
can only use it for gambling.
Okay, fine.
Gambling purposes only. So thank you both very much.
you guys
It's very
very much.
kind.
I'm sure it will be used for gambling. It will be Safira's money, but it will be used for gambling.
Yeah, thanks. Just gamble your allowance.
You
yeah,
were basically
sure.
like, "I have my own money." That's Safira gave me.
It's true. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. 15 minutes. We got a little video in the middle.
Daddy's money.
Recap of last week's episode if you want to take a look. And that's it. That's it. We'll see you on the other side. Care back.
Bye.
Don't say goodbye. Welcome back, everybody.
Heyo.
It's Tabletop Notch, Chapter 92 of Peek Beneath the Veil. We are jumping back,
I have a dome.
and in the pervasive green fog from yesterday's encounter is fully absent, which seems to have 2 effects in this new sort of spiritual dreamscape that you're in.
Oh god.
Cool.
Oh
So
Lord
colorful.
Quiznos, please guide me through this.
1, your own vision forward is much clearer. In the previous time you had this sort of spiritual encounter, there was that deep green fog that made it very difficult to see even more than 20, 30 feet in front of you. You can see the opposite altar resting in the sand some distance away. And 2, the shadowed spirits that bear the shapes of past foes, the Black Lion barbarians, shamans, combatants from the Ackley Grove, while present and in greater numbers, seem to be wandering aimlessly and sluggish through the water of this ocean floor, slowed by the resistance and their sense of sight perhaps handicapped by the lack of the green mist. Getting by the shadows without alerting them to your presence suddenly seems possible. And as you look down to your right, you see the spirit of the wolf holding the animus bow gently between its teeth, which it offers up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of take it quietly and give the wolf kind of a nod and
Great. So you see around you this same sort of protective circle that you had before, that you now know that when the foes broke through this protective sphere, they were able to kind of get at your spirit, and that shut the vision down. But as you're holding the bow and the sphere around you solidifies, you feel yourself breathing, and every time you breathe in and hold your breath, the sphere gets smaller. And then as you let go, the sphere gets larger. And as you're looking around and seeing some of the shadows dispersed along the ocean floor, hiding between the kelp and the seaweed and the coral, you have the inkling that to be able to sneak past some of these creatures, you could maybe hold your breath, shrink the circle, and then walk by them. But you can tell in this thicker, sort of pressurized bottom of the sea kind of environment, it is harder to hold your breath. You can't hold it as long as you would normally be able to. But again, the water is swirling around you, and you can breathe almost as if you had gills here in the ocean floor. But the movement is slow. You're still kind of stepping slowly along.
how long can I hold my breath?
You don't know, but you can tell that the pressure mounting around the outside of your lungs is difficult to manage your breath.
All right. So the first thing I'm gonna kind of do is like signal for the dog to kind of stay close to me.
Okay.
Like,
Give me an animal handling check right after that.
animal handling. 17.
17. You look down, and the wolf looks back up to you, and it responds by giving you a kind of underwater howl, like a... because it's underneath the water, and you see the bubbles kind of coming out of its snout, and it gets a little closer, and it sticks its head between your legs and gets down flat, and is like army crawling along the ocean floor
I'm gonna
there.
cry. Okay. So I'm gonna like smile at the dog, and then I'm gonna try. So am I noticing any like pattern of movement with these guys, or?
So far, they have not moved. They're sort of very slowly ambling and not in any particular way.
Yeah, like exactly like that. Where I'm like, does he go back and forth? What's his schedule here?
It's Frogger.
Great. Okay. And then this one that's kind of here, this one that's closest to me, or I guess these are
With the red base there?
Yeah, with the
If
red
you were to
base.
walk forward, the sphere
Is there
could
someone
potentially...
so I can see someone like kind of off to the side
Yep,
behind
off to your
me?
right, yep.
Okay.
It's this one right here. So there's a closer view of Safira there.
I am gonna try to move forward and get to about behind as many paces as I can be behind him.
Okay, you can move.
I want to stop there and take a breath and hold my breath.
Okay. You.
So I want to hold my breath and then just try to just step just around him. Can I make it around him, or am I gonna touch
Where are
him?
you going there?
I wanted to go around so I don't have to get in the seaweed stuff.
Okay. So it is difficult terrain to get through here. So how much
Okay.
movement do you have? 30?
I have 30 feet walking.
So with a dash, you can go 60, but it is difficult terrain, so it's actually only 30. So you went
Okay.
10, 20, and then you can go 30 would take you here, and you're working your way
Oh,
slowly
God, that's
around
scary.
the creature.
Okay, that was maybe a bad idea. We're just gonna stay there then, I
Right,
guess.
and you hold your breath nice and tight. Okay. The creatures are gonna go now.
6 seconds.
I know, but
Hand
how
that
long-
over.
I think normally I'd be able to
Safira.
hold my breath for like a minute. I think.
We're gonna do red and then green. And what happens is these creatures are sort of ambling through the ocean floor a little aimlessly, but they can sense the presence of a foreign, hostile something in their presence. Go ahead and roll and tell me which color.
Oh
it
no,
does.
not green, not green.
Oh, why
So
would you
all of the
open your
red
fucking-
creatures
I blame
move
this on you.
to the green direction.
Okay.
Check.
Sure, fine. Cool.
That's all of them. Great. So that first one that's up close to you kind of just turns and feels the pressure of the sphere and comes out with a couple of attacks. Whatever your AC is in animus form is what you're going to use.
Oh, good.
Turtle.
Yeah.
12 to hit.
Hang on, sorry, figuring it out. 11. Yeah, that misses. My AC's 19 right now.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Look.
11? That's 14.
Oh, yeah. See? 14. Oh, no.
It's 14.
No, it's not. 11 plus. No, it's not.
Plus 3.
Plus 3 plus 3.
Why is that plus 3?
Oh no,
That's
it's
just
not.
the
It's
spot where
just
it's all
14. I'm
added
an
up.
idiot, and I'm an absolute
Still
idiot.
misses.
Wow, still misses.
The creature goes forward and it looks
But
like
it's not
reaching
nearly
in
that
once
high,
again to
because that would be
tear.
kind of insane. I was like, wait, is this really
It's
that
when you
good?
use the shelter thingy.
Yeah, it's fine.
It goes to tear away at this protective sphere, but as it does so, the sphere almost shimmers and turns into kind of a tortoise shape that gets hard and blocks the incoming attack. It goes in for one more attack. That is a 13 to hit.
That misses.
And the creature kind of floats back a little bit, surprised that it wasn't able to break through the barrier. And then it kind of just floats there. Give me another roll for the green creatures.
Yeah, tortoise time.
Blue.
Blue.
God damn it.
Okay.
Wait,
It does not touch her.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's a green
It's
guy.
okay.
Where they move like
Do you want me to move this
2
thing?
spots.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, Safira, you're up.
Oh god. Okay.
So the creatures along the ocean floor taking these long, sort of exaggerated
I
strides.
still got my breath held, right?
You do.
I'm gonna try to move as far as I can with my breath held, and then as soon as I'm far away from it, I'm gonna like let my breath go. And start breathing again because it's probably important.
10, 20, 30.
Come on, buddy.
So you look around and you can tell if you were to
that sphere would hit that creature. That
Okay,
just
nope,
attacked you.
we're holding our breath.
You
Oh,
feel
God.
like maybe you could hold your breath for one more round there. That you can do.
Okay.
All right, give me a roll for the red creatures.
Green.
Green.
I think I'll.
Excellent.
That guy's just gonna bump into that pillar.
Kind of scoots around it.
Damn, I really was hoping he'd just be like, nope, bonk, bonk, can't move. Like a
Robovac.
Sam that's
That too.
unbelievable.
This creature's passing, ships in the night there at the bottom of the sea.
Do you want this red one to move too?
Oh, is that red too?
Yeah, John, can you reach that one?
Looks up and curses
Is
golf.
it one more? Right here. Okay, give me a roll for the green creatures.
Green.
Green for green.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
They can
Hell
see
yeah.
two
No,
fighting
not
each
as
other?
good. Bad.
No, you're alright.
I have to get through this red stuff.
These creatures kind of passing each other back and forth on the edge of the sandbar there. Okay, Safira, it's you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to keep my breath held, and I'm gonna try to go. I'm assuming this is more difficult terrain or something. If I
It
try
is.
to, is this a
You'd have to
gap?
be
Is
kind
that
of-
an actual gap there?
There is kind of a small sort of fissure in the ocean floor there, yes.
Okay, then
that you might have to
Can
kind
I
of,
make it to there and then go, or do I not have enough movement?
I think 10, 20, 30. So you can
Okay.
get right up to the edge
And
of the fissure
if I
there.
breathed right now, would that hit this guy?
No.
No, it wouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna breathe.
Holy shit.
Once
God,
again,
this
the
is
sphere
very
expands.
nerve-wracking.
Okay, give me a roll for the red creatures.
Blue.
Blue. Oh, fuck yeah. Working his way around the pillar. I should just stand. I don't know what I'm doing.
I can help.
But there's no reason to not just stand. I'm making it difficult for myself.
Yeah, that's
okay,
true.
give me a roll for the green creatures.
Oh, that's kind of cocked, but mostly yellow.
That's yellow.
If it's
Yellow. I mean, it's mostly yellow. It's really largely yellow.
so surrounding you, you see the protective sphere expanding. And you look around, kind of seeing if anyone approaches it now that it's gotten to a larger size, and the creatures drift across sand, kicking up beneath their feet. Their kind of spectral, ethereal feet. All right, you're up, Safira.
Okay, so then I'm gonna try to move like a block here, and then I want to go through this stuff again.
Okay, I need you to give me a athletics check as you jump over the fissure in the water there.
It's a natural one.
And your foot just gets wrapped in a piece of kelp that's kind of sticking out of this fissure. And in a silent, almost shockwave, you hit the ground
Oh
and
god.
this little wave of dust and sand and water ripples out. And you see these three red creatures, all in the nearby vicinity of you, kind of
Great.
generally drift in your direction. You are on the opposite side,
Oh, I made it?
but now prone, so you need to spend the rest of your movement to get up there.
But I'm still covered by the thing, or no?
Yeah, the sphere is still. I
Okay.
was just waiting to see.
I was like, did I lose my thing? I was like, no. Okay.
Are you spending the rest
Yes,
of your
I'm
movement
gonna
to
get up. I'm
Okay.
gonna get up.
Sort of kick your foot a little bit, get it loose from the kelp.
Is Buddy okay? Okay, come here, Buddy.
The dog jumps perfectly.
Yeah, the dog is like,
good
what
news
the
is you're
fuck
not
is
rolling
And you
wrong
can
with
see as you're now looking
Yeah.
forward toward the other altar, this sort of weeded, kelped area looks like it might be difficult to pass through as well. It's going to take a little extra effort there
Okay,
to
okay.
move through. Okay, so red creatures are going to go for first. The three alerted ones are going to use their movement to go toward you.
Yeah, that seems right.
What was that movement again?
I didn't fall that hard.
Blocks, looks like.
I would say
This one, that one did. Let's do the. Go ahead and roll for the one red that did not get alerted to your presence.
blue.
See ya.
And go ahead and roll for the green ones.
Green. Yeah, because it's my fault.
Oh, because you rolled so fast.
Oh yeah, because you roll so well.
So the first red creature that you alerted drifts forward, and with surprising speed, kind of pushing through the sand and the dirt and the water, reaches out with 2 attacks. 11 to hit and 15 to hit.
15 hits.
15
11
hits, great. With one strike, and then it reaches through with the other spectral hand, and it, almost as if bending through plastic, pushes one hand through and snatches away at you, kind of tearing at your very essence. That is 1 failure. So as that creature successfully makes an attack, you can feel it ripping away at what's holding up this protective sphere. So the more that they tear away at it, the less you're able to maintain this connection to the spirit. And then one of those green creatures, not being alerted to your presence, but just kind of stumbling into it, feels a physical presence in front of it.
This is the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reaches forward. 4 to hit.
Misses.
And 18 to hit.
Ow. Yep.
Another failure there. As it reaches forward with 2 clawing hands.
So I'm not like taking damage on this?
You're not
or?
taking damage, but you
Okay.
can feel the sphere like fading and failing to hold up against these elements. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, so as far as the ones that are alerted to my existence, it's this one and it's that one, right?
The 3 red ones around you all heard,
All heard
felt
me.
the ripple.
This one I'm going to move away from though. So this is a red one, right?
That's
alerted
a
to
red
me.
one,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at this one here.
Okay.
That took a shot at me. He did take a shot at me.
He did attack you.
he
Yep. Go ahead and make an attack roll. With the animus bow as well. The stats on the animus bow.
Yeah. 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Great. That's fantastic.
So there is no damage roll. Once again, that piercing light emanates from the bow. And you see like a shockwave ripple as it pushes the creature.
Oh, right.
Right, okay.
Okay. So you have a little bit of movement.
Okay. I am going to use my movement then. Oh no, I just dropped my laser pointer. Oh god. Okay, I'm going to use my movement to get as far away from this guy as I can.
Like in that direction?
Yeah, so I want to try to move. If
Yeah,
I
you don't
can
have a
move
ton of
over
movement.
the kelp, then I do want to try.
You
to
can
move over
get
the
like
kelp.
into the kelp, basically.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Great. And are you continuing to breathe normally?
Yes. I don't think if I'm there, I don't think I'll hit anyone, right? If I'm
You will
continuing to
not.
breathe
I
in.
just mean during their turn.
Yes, I am
But
breathing normally.
If they move in, does that like...
Yes, it's still it would if they moved into me and I was holding my breath, I would have less area.
Yes.
So, no, I'm gonna try to move here and I'm gonna breathe normally.
Okay, great. You breathe normally.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's what we're doing.
You basically get.
That's what we decided.
Give me a athletics check as you push through the weeds there.
Okay. 16.
16, okay. You get to the edge of the weeds there, and you can feel like you can just see a little gap that sort of separates 2 thicker bunches that have this almost tree-like tangling of vines, and you reach right for the middle and pull them apart. It makes this little opening that you just push yourself through, and the wolf kind of hops through the little hole that you made and meets you on the other side. So you're just on the other side of the
The
kelp
real
there.
MVP is the wolf here.
Okay, I need you to roll for the red creatures, or the one red creature that isn't alerted to your presence.
Green.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, now the other ones, these 2 on the other side of the wall of weeds there sort of lost sight of you, so they're going to continue
Nice.
to wander kind of aimlessly.
Good boys.
But that one can still see you or saw you kind of go through there. So it's going to make an attack on the sphere there. As just as you're passing through the weeds, you
about
feel
that.
kind of a little shaking as it reaches out to attack. 8 to hit and 12 to hit.
Misses. Both miss.
The wall of weeds closes behind you, and you can see these spectral fingers kind of reaching through. And then retreat as they aren't able to push all the way through the barrier. Give me a roll for the green creatures.
Okay. Red.
Red.
What's your fucking dog doing, bro?
What do you mean?
What does he do? Does he just chill?
He can do the howl thing.
Okay,
maybe,
Safira's up.
Still, maybe. Okay, I am going to hold my breath now. This is the one that you said is still alerted to me? This one
Yes,
still
that one
knows
just
I'm
made
here?
an attack on you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my breath. I'm gonna take a shot at him. Come on.
Nice.
Okay. That's definitely gonna hit. 25 to hit.
Great. Just as you're passing through that section of weeds, it's like closing with the water pressure, but you aim an arrow through, and just as it's closing, the beam of light goes through.
Okay. Now I want to, with my breath still held, I want to try to move as far forward, and I want to move a little away from him, so I kind of split the difference between these two
You
guys.
did use an attack action, so you can't move quite as far.
Right. Okay. Right.
Ooh, I like this path. I like this path.
The D.
Threading the needle here.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll for the red creatures.
I think she could get away with a red, too.
Blue.
Blue.
Oh, that's the wrong color. I can still be excited, though.
Give me a roll for the green creatures.
Come on, baby.
Yeah. Yellow. Okay.
Might be able
Do a little spin move. Crack some ankles.
So, as you're holding your breath, you watch as one of the creatures, without noticing your presence, just kind of lumber in front of you. Breath held as he's just on the edge there. He does not detect your presence. It's your turn, Safira.
Come on.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna take a shot at him then. This
Okay.
guy that's close to me. Oh god. It's 11 to hit.
That misses.
God damn it.
And the beam of light goes shining past it, and the creature
Yeah. I know, and you wouldn't have even seen me before. That
starts to
fuck
lumber
you very
towards you.
much.
You still have some
Yes.
movement.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Does moving away from him provoke an attack of opportunity?
You are not within melee range of it.
Right, then I'm gonna try to get as far as I can away from it this way.
This direction?
Yeah, because I don't want to go back into the kelp. I
need you to give me
know.
an athletics check as you attempt to jump over this fissure here.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
see
that's
that
a
was
fissure.
Guys, don't you know a fissure when you see
That's
one?
a 13.
13. Okay, this time without sort of any of the underwater, this sort of the kelp and weeds thing blocking your vision, you get a nice sort of two-step start, and then
Cool.
when your feet land in the sand on the other side. Okay, that's all you can move because you used an attack action. Do you continue to hold your breath?
Yes.
Okay.
Might as well.
It's the second time, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you will have to let go
I know.
at next
I know,
turn.
next turn.
Okay, give me a roll for the red creatures first, none of which are alerted to your presence currently.
Blue.
Okay.
And give me a roll for the green creatures, although one of them is already
Yeah,
alerted to your
whatever.
presence.
Doesn't matter. Red.
Yep.
That green guy moved closer.
What?
Is he alerted?
Which one?
This green guy.
This one is alerted.
Oh,
That's-
yes?
That one's alerted.
This guy
one's
didn't
not.
quite make it,
That one
right?
didn't quite make it, but that one did.
That's the one that she
Oh.
shot at.
Yeah,
and
so I
missed.
should have
Got
two
it.
shots taken
two,
at me
two
right
attacks
I
are
just
about to
wanted to be
happen
sure.
from that one.
now. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. 16 to hit.
That hits.
And one. It's a natural one. So
Okay.
no. So one reaching forward, and with your breath held, the hand punctures through, and it gets all the way to you, and then dips down and starts to reach a claw toward the wolf, who kind of puts its ears back and gets as low to the ground as possible, and you can see it reaching, and it grabs the top tuft of hair and pulls like a chunk of hair out that floats through the water and all around you, and you hear kind of like a little watery whimper from the wolf. And as that's happening, you can see the sphere flickering, and it looks like it wouldn't take another hit here.
Okay.
Shit.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay,
It
great.
is Safira's turn.
I'm gonna move forward and use my dash action to see if I can't get there. Can I get there?
I need you to give me an athletics check. Come on! I need you to give me an athletics check as you jump over the fissure.
That's an 8.
8. And you get tripped up and fall. You're able to stand up,
Oh my god.
but you will not reach the altar this turn.
Alright.
And you have to.
Oh boy.
which continues to alert that creature to your presence.
Great.
I need you to
Okay.
give me a roll for the red creatures.
Green.
It's okay.
Give me a roll for the green creatures.
Green.
That's good. That's good.
Gets that guy out of your fucking way.
And this one creature, still on the edge of your bubble here, strikes one step towards the fissure, and the protective sphere reaches just far enough over that he's able to sink his hands into it.
Come on, miss you fucker.
14 to hit.
That hits.
And 2, that's a natural 2, so 5 to hit. So it sinks its hand in, and it almost as if a bubble was floating, kind of sudsy in a bath. And water, even though you were submerged in water, you have that sensation of not being in water, but water rushing in, like filling up your lungs almost as you
Right.
continue to breathe. You take one breath.
Yeah.
No protection around you at all. Breath held.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay. I am going to run to the pillar.
You stand at the pillar once more.
Oh my god.
And with bow in hand, you place the bow on the altar. And you can feel the water rising in your lungs. And once again, the words of the prayer come to you. And I need you to make a religion check.
Come on.
Come on.
Awful. Okay. Oh god. Religion. 15?
15. You place the bow on the altar. And you try to think back to that elven prayer that Sarn gave to you during your initial spiritual journey. Awaken spirits and see that I am worthy and true. See me for who I am. And as you're saying it, it's in a garbled kind of and the bubbles are kind of floating out of your nose and rising up to sort of an nondescript sort of light above you. And with the shadows closing in around you, you take a breath and your head goes above water. And you're back in the pool at Sarn's
Yes.
battle ready. And as you sort of emerge from the water, you feel a pair of hands kind of at your shoulders. And you look up and you see Sarn kind of looking at you. He's kneeling by the edge of the pool and holding you by the shoulders. Breathe. You're all right. I would ask if it was successful, but... And he reaches down to the nearby altar here, and he holds up your longbow that now has all these sort of engraved adornments that were not there before. Little carvings of creatures, wolves, bears, eagles, all kinds of little creatures that now have sort of magically appeared on the bow, and you're holding still in your hand the old animus bow, which now seems very plain in your hand. Just a bent piece of wood with no particular magical essence or property about it. And you know that, and you kind of put it down, and it has no sort of... You used to have a kind of connection to this bow, but you feel that no more. And the bow in front of you on the altar, you pick it up. Looks like you were able to see the reassignment through. How do you feel?
Bloody well relieved, I think I say. Yeah.
You find that your animus is spent, having gone through this.
Sure,
So
okay.
you just would have to short rest before
Right,
you're able
okay,
to
you
use
can
your
say it
animus
again.
form again. You did well. That look of deep concentration on your face, I saw that same one in Vecro when we trained. But he would sometimes have lapses in his ability to focus. You showed no such interruption this time. Good indicator of your powerful connection to the spirits.
Hope so.
Let me get you a towel.
Cheers, thanks.
Maybe you can tell me a little bit about what you saw. He kind of disappears into the fog. He comes back with a sort of large towel that wraps around you as you pull yourself out. Your leather armor kind of weighing you down
Yeah,
as you
that was
push yourself up onto the side. It'll dry out, but
Didn't think this through.
But it feels heavy here in this room.
Yeah, I bet. So, and I'm gonna kind of start describing to him what I saw, the kelp and the spirits and the way that the spirits were connected to the,
That's fascinating. Well, I hope that this is useful to you, and as I said, there are other techniques if you ever want to come back.
Right, well, I'm sure I will. I'm not sure how near in the future that would be, but...
Well, I'll try to keep an ear out for you.
You know what occurred to me, off topic, but I wanted to ask, the stuff that they gave you by accident, the stuff that they were testing? Sorry, it's on the mind.
Thinking about that now after what you've just gone through.
Right.
Please, ask.
I'm wondering, what would they be using something like that for? If it has such bad side effects, why would you...
Your guess is as good as mine. And like I said, if you
I'm
want
sure
more
they wouldn't
information...
have told you.
I agree, they didn't.
Right.
If you want to talk to either Gan or you or Mr. McKenna...
I might, smells wrong to me, no?
I suppose there are some things that ingested while healthy can have a negative reaction, but I don't know. I'm not a man of medicine.
I suppose. So, hopefully I'll see you again to do something like this.
This was a pleasure to behold, really.
It was a pleasure to work with you.
Yes.
Thanks.
A mutual respect, for sure.
Absolutely.
If you're ever up to it, feel free to come by, talk to the kids, talk to the students.
Right,
Your
I will.
abilities are unique.
What was the name of the kid again? Where did he live?
Karsten Travers. He's
Karsten.
in Nagarwis.
Right. Well, I'll be sure to pay him a visit.
If you have the time, I'm sure he'd like that.
Right. Well, thanks. You have no idea how much I appreciate this.
Yes, of course.
It's been brilliant. I don't imagine I know you probably don't encounter very many like me.
I certainly don't. I've picked up a number of techniques over the years, but this was one I never seemed to be able to take on myself. But to be able to study it further is a pleasure.
Right. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you. Good luck with your jousting tournament.
Thank
Should
you.
be fun.
It should be fun. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't think to get you a ticket.
Oh, no worries. It's really fine. I'm unfortunately busy. Yeah.
Can I see you out?
Absolutely, sure.
You towel off a little bit.
Towel off in my clothes,
Idiot.
And here is your little replacement for your, I think it's on the back of your thing.
is.
And now it says that it's for your bow that you're using, not just the old sort of short bow statistics. In addition to that, you find in your sort of connection to the bow, you have a feeling that this is true. Your attack that you make when you activate the animal form is a magical attack. It works against creatures that are resistant to non-magic. Just that one attack. But yeah, so
Wait,
it's
what-
With a
Would just-
regular arrow.
when you
I see.
no, when you fire and
animus.
activate animus,
I see,
that
okay.
attack is magical. Not every attack from
but
that point.
but any
Yep.
animus attack.
Yep.
Okay,
Anytime you activate it, you get it's a magical attack. So
That's great.
a little
Okay.
sort of added small benefit that
It's
you
a
get.
weapon of your choice. It's not just this one.
Well, it is
Well,
that one.
it-
It's the
I
weapon
chose
that she
this
chose.
weapon.
Oh, you can't like re-choose another one
No.
later?
Not without going through another
This
ordeal.
no.
Is it a better to hit?
Yeah, it's like
Yes,
Yes,
it
because
is.
this is her old long.
Better
yeah,
distance, too. I
Better
think,
Yeah,
right?
it has better range.
Much better range.
better
Much
to-
better range. The range was really the big downfall of the other one.
Yeah, the other one had
The
like
other one had like a 60-foot range,
range.
so it didn't factor in as much. But yeah.
Yeah, so you find that you have new properties, and Sarn brings you up. People still working on the jousting arena, and he sees you to the door, gives you a polite nod and a wave. You can see like the excitement kind of building in him, and you can tell that he's thinking a little bit, and he even takes out. There's like a lectern nearby where people were keeping track of what. Lumber was coming in and different things, and he goes and grabs a piece of paper. He looks like he's jotting down thoughts and just trying to keep track of any bit of memory that he can sort of keep in his head as he continues to further his education, his own education.
I
on
think
his
that's
sort of-
so weird that I'm obsessed. It's like, why is she thinking about that right now?
And as Safira walks away from Battle Ready, feeling a good bit better than the last time she left
so much
Battle
better.
Ready, we will return to All Hands on Deck, where after a heated debate about the merits of tracking down a mutant,
Yeah, I'm still mad at you.
Graven, Graven and Orba find their way
Sorry.
to an area of the bar that some gambling's taking place. You see a lot of dice being rolled, a kind of camaraderie and cheering and jeering among the dock workers that have a few hours off in their spare time.
This is like lunchtime.
Yeah, this is like 1:30-ish. Yeah, because Orba didn't get up that long.
Great. So, what is going on down here?
I don't know. I'm told that it is a game of luck and also reading other people. So,
All right. One of those usually comes to me all right.
which one is that?
The reading people.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you have a good. Okay. Cool. Okay. And is that guy that I saw?
The one who
Originally
screamed
still playing?
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still playing at one of the tables.
I had my eye on this guy because he didn't.
And as you point, fuck!
exactly.
Puts a few extra coins in.
I can tell he's upset.
Yeah. Right.
Reading people.
You're gonna be good at this. Okay. So you don't need any money?
I told you I have a little. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so you wait a little bit. It seems like people are cycling in and out, like people
Okay.
taking turns, kind of coming in and out as they go. Some people will go to grab a drink, a bite to eat, and will return after that. So you watch the game play out a little bit. And this is the way the game works. So grab one of every kind of die, including percentile die.
Oh shit.
So, and everybody do this just for the sake of, so percentile, a
Just for fun.
D20, D12, D10, D8, D6, and D4.
Jesus.
2, 4, 6, 7 dice.
Yes, you should have 7 total dice. Yeah.
Relax.
Only a couple ones.
And you guys will want. You guys are gonna play as NPCs.
Oh, baby.
Get your voices
And
ready.
you'll want a separate dice tray, so I grabbed an extra one there so you can roll. So this is the way the game works, and this is what you guys are discerning as you're kind of watching it.
Okay.
You roll all of the dice,
Oh.
and you don't make sure nobody sees them. Roll it as soon as you roll it. Maybe cover it with a piece of paper or
Okay.
something, just so nobody can see the dice after you roll it. Does everyone have one of each there?
Yes.
Excellent. So everybody go ahead and roll all of the dice. And so make sure that
This
nobody...
requires addition.
It does not require addition.
Oh god, okay.
So,
This
you
one
first start
is
with the percentile die and see who has the highest just on the percentile die. So I've got a 30. Does anyone have higher than that?
Yes.
Sorry, so don't.
Don't add them up or anything, just leave
One,
them.
don't say what they
Just
are.
the double digit.
Just the
one.
double
I-
digit die.
70.
Anybody higher
60.
than
Mine was 50.
Okay, you guys re-roll that one.
Without touching the other one.
Yep, without touching the other ones.
40.
70 again.
70 again. So you would get to
I was trying
the
to
person who
hide.
wins the percentile roll gets to set the
That's a
bet
good
for the
idea.
round. And you're looking at the rest of your die, and higher numbers are obviously good, lower numbers are bad. So if you have a really good set of dice, you might set the bet of the round higher. You can set it anywhere between 1 and 5 gold. So if you have really good numbers, you can set it all the way to 5.
Oh, and I bet with NPC gold, baby.
It's not even my money.
So
Is
this
there a,
is
is there
Right,
a
'cause
height?
Erland
Is
has
there
no
a
money.
top bet?
5.
Okay.
Or you could
gold.
try and convince the people of the table to bet even higher if you wish. This is just a practice round as
Right.
well.
Damn.
Oh, that's
I mean, oh, that's fine.
Yeah. What would theoretical bet? Just throw it out there.
4 gold.
Great, 4 gold. So everyone have to put in 4 gold. Now, the way the game works is played in with the remaining 6 dice. It's played in 6 rounds. Everybody puts a die forward without showing it, and then everybody reveals it at the same time, and the highest number wins the point, wins that point. And you can choose from any die. So you might try and get rid of a stinky die first, or you might try.
Die.
So and then it keeps playing through 6 rounds,
Oh, I like
and you see who
this.
has the most points after 6 rounds.
Holy crap.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's say we'll just play a practice round. So
Okay.
Oh god.
everybody just pick a die to put forward.
What was your bet? Did
4
you bet
gold.
4 gold.
All right, 1, 2, 3, reveal. So 3.
2.
1, 7.
What's yours?
1.
1. So Erland would win that one,
Yeah, well, you used your
Oh, yeah,
D20,
we
you
did.
idiot. No,
but he had a bad roll on the
terrible
D20.
roll.
That was a pretty. That's a pretty good get for the D20 because if you win on a 7 for your D20, that's pretty good.
Huge.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So Erland or whoever NPC would have 1 point. So then we go to the next round.
Okay.
It's really hard to like cover
This is
it
so-
without moving
Yeah.
it.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Got a 9 there.
11.
9.
Anything higher than 11? All right, so Graven would take the point there.
Okay.
Put that dice to the side.
I don't like
Okay,
this
next
guy.
one. Try and keep it moving too.
Okay. It's. I have a really
Reveal.
hard time covering the die.
3,
6.
6 takes
Yeah,
it.
fuck you guys.
So Orba takes a point there.
I get a point.
All right.
Now it's getting difficult.
Oh, this is so sad. I had such bad rolls in some of
All right.
these.
1, 2, 3. Reveal. 4,
7.
1.
7 takes it.
You
Graven
guys are
takes
fucked.
I know. I
All right. Another one. 1, 2, 3. 5.
8.
12.
13.
12 takes it.
No, 13,
Oh,
bitch.
13. Sorry.
Listen up.
Sorry.
13, definitely bigger than
13
12.
takes.
I got
So you
2.
have 2. So you and Graven both have 2. So right now,
I have 1.
you have 1. Do you have 1 as well?
No.
So yeah, so you and I have 0. So we're already eliminated. But you put your last die in. You can reveal it because it's the last one.
12.
12.
19.
19. So you guys would be tied, and who has the highest of the one you just put out?
He
12.
does.
12. So Graven would take it. So say it's weighted a little towards the dice at the end if you're tied with someone.
Oh shit. Okay.
So that's how the game
good to
works.
know.
That's pretty
Oh,
much it. It's a
fuck.
game
We're
of
gonna
sort
be
of
so
cleverly
bad.
choosing when you put all your marbles on the table, as it were.
I had a 12 out of 12 and 8 out of an 8. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So as this is happening, a couple people are kind of leaning over, explaining the game to you guys a little bit. And you sit down at the table, 3 NPCs, couple joining the table
Oh
with
my
you.
god.
Oh, hey there.
Hi.
I'm Gross.
You're gross.
Grosh with
Oh.
the SH.
Sorry.
But thanks.
You should watch your tongue, little lady.
I'm sorry.
You all know how to play Secret Shaker?
I think I get the idea.
We've picked
All
it up.
right, excellent. So let's have at it. I'm actually going to move this out of the way so we can use the middle a little more.
Oh. Gonna be able to reach it?
And not move our dice. Is anyone having a really hard time moving
Yeah, you
the
have to, like-
dice from the?
It's hard to move it. Yeah. To pick it up without
Especially
like.
the
I knocked it over.
Yeah.
The
I
higher
know.
number ones.
What you can do instead of like holding it up is like put your wild ordnance over it or something. While
Oh,
you're,
yes.
a piece of paper or something.
Good idea.
Oh, that's my shit.
Oh, we roll all at
So
once.
I'm gonna
okay.
leave this up so that people can put their dice in the middle. All right.
Oh, that sound.
All right. Percentile die first. Oh wait, I don't have my.
What's low and what's high on a percentile die?
0, 0 is maximum.
Oh, so you're setting the bet?
Anyone have over the 0, 0?
Nope.
Or have another 0, 0? All right, set the bet, sir.
5 gold.
Oh, all right. Starting out strong.
5 go.
All right, here we go. First round's up. Let's do it. Oh, you don't have to put it all the way out. It's okay. You can have it close.
Okay.
Reveal them. Just a 1 for me.
1, 2.
3.
Wins with a 3.
I'll take that.
Way to go.
All right, round 2. Oh, these are shit rolls.
I'm not feeling very good.
Reveal. 4.
1.
10 takes it.
Fuck's sake. This is Safira's playing.
Safira, if she were like a little
Essence
bit
of
more,
Safira.
essence of Safira.
Oh boy, this is a shit, isn't it? Oh fuck. Oh, I know what it was.
Oh no.
All right, reveal. 3.
6. 9.
11.
Oh,
11 takes
I
it
got
down.
3.
Very well.
So who's got points? You got 1? You got 1?
Each
I
got 1. 3
Okay.
dice to
Oh,
go.
nothing.
All right.
Shut up. Why are you laughing at me?
Reveal.
What, this time.
8.
5.
16.
16 takes.
Ha!
All right, everyone
Oh,
but
no.
me has a point, I guess. Boy, these are shite rolls. All right. Reveal. 3.
2.
2. 5.
Oh, the comeback is in play.
Oh boy.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm out of it, but here's my last one.
I got this.
Yeah.
Reveal.
8.
9.
17.
3.
17 takes, and tie goes to the big die over there. Well done, sir.
Graven?
So you collect 20 gold in addition to the 5 that you had already put in.
Yeah.
Holy
That can
crap.
all go to reimbursing your friends.
5 was like all I had on me. 'Cause I had 4 gold, 20.
Everyone at the table's looking. Graven's like sweating every time he puts a dice out.
Wait, so I literally get 5, 10, 50. I get 20
Yep, you got
gold.
20. You got 5
Oh, you're
gold
back in
above.
business.
I'm
There we
back
go.
in business.
Back in
There we
business.
One more round, everyone.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Yeah.
Come on, Graven.
Oh no. Those big eyes.
Double zeros percentile for me.
You got double zeros?
I did.
Double zeros.
90.
90 as well.
40.
Oh, I keep missing dice. No. 10.
All right. I'm gonna say, who's in for a little spicy round?
How spicy?
8 gold.
I'm out.
No?
Well, everyone's got to agree, so 5 gold then. It's the max.
Okay, 5 gold.
I'm out this round.
No. If you rolled your dice, you got to play.
that's cheating.
Fine.
You gotta
I'm
think-
saying
gold.
you can excuse yourself because I went over the maximum.
I see.
But if I stay below the limit, you got to play.
All right. 5.
All right, first round. Reveal. That's a 10.
5.
Oh, that's the one. All right.
There you go.
Okay. Reveal.
4.
11.
5.
Taking it down.
Oh, I see why you
Go
wanted
after
to make
those
it the
early
gold.
ones. All right. Reveal. 3. Get rid of a 1 there.
1.
9.
11.
11 takes it.
Rubbish.
Hurry up.
I'm fucked.
Reveal.
2.
12. 3.
7. Shit.
Yeah, that's 3 for me. I think it's coming my way. Some people hold on to their good die too long.
Sorry, you can have some of my winnings.
Reveal. 2.
1.
6. Damn it. 3.
6 takes it. Do you have 1 or 2 points?
1.
Just 1. So who has the other one? It's 3,
I have
1,
one.
and 1. Okay. And the last one. Throw it out there. 4.
2.
5.
11.
11 takes it, but the money comes my way.
Shit.
Classic holding on too long to your good numbers.
I didn't have any good numbers.
I had garbage numbers.
Oh no, you tried to bow out.
Talk about the poker face, Graven. Sorry.
What do we think?
1 more.
All right, let's bring it down.
Actually, roll them all at once this time.
I got 80 on the percentile.
Oh my goodness.
70.
30.
50. 50.
Oh, me again?
This fucking guy.
I'll go 4. Right, 4.
All right.
4. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Got it.
All right. Reveal.
5.
4.
13.
4.
13 takes it.
13.
Comes out strong with 13. Reveal. 3.
19.
12.
19's gonna have it.
Give me.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Reveal. 7. 4.
6.
8.
Oh, 8 takes it. By 1 there. Shit. That sort of fucked me. Thought that was gonna bring it in. All right. 5.
8.
2.
Oh.
8. All right. 2 points for you, sir.
Just 1.
I thought you'd won one already.
No.
Oh.
I think everybody's won One except you.
Except me? All right. Don't have to rub it in. All right. 4.
3.
9.
9 it is. Well, I'll just throw it out there. 20 there for me on
Oh,
that one.
shit! You slept on the 20?
I did. Thought I would collect it in the last round.
1.
So that's 1 for me. Does anyone have more than 1 point?
I have 2.
Sir, you took another one.
Yeah.
Everyone had 1 point except you had 2.
Sorry.
Really?
4 gold.
Oh, well.
I thought that was your second one for some
No,
reason.
that was his first point.
Ooh. How much gold did I make again?
So you just collected 16 because you.
Quadrupled my money, guys.
Everyone on our party is gonna have a gambling problem. This is done.
Oh my god.
Very nicely done. I think I'm going to take a quick drink break. But well played. Come back again soon. Next time the Samich's in town, we'll be here. A couple people get up, start to get some food.
Orba,
Yeah.
I just septupled my money.
Really?
Yes.
And you can too, with this one simple.
I mean, that's really good news because I lost a lot of mine.
Oh, here.
No.
At least let me hedge one of your bets.
No, that's
5.
No, that's not how gambling works. You don't get reimbursed
Oh.
after you take the risk. It's no fun.
All right.
But thank you. Maybe you can buy me some food.
Yeah, are you feeling peckish?
I just ate, but you can go ahead. I meant food later, not now.
Oh, right. Okay, later. Well, when are you supposed to meet up with Erland?
I don't know. I don't really know what he was up to today.
This plan just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah. Other things that I wanted to do. Oh, do you think Palomar Franco would also charge my earn?
Perhaps, yes. But
Okay.
again, he won't take money, I don't think.
Right.
Maybe for that, but he's much more of a barterer.
Okay. Well, I'll figure out what other magical things that I have.
Is it out of uses?
It's got one more, but I figured we were going to want it
Yes.
at its full capacity. And I would like to go to the church at some point, but
And
the church is in
Nakuzi.
Nakuzi.
Jacuzzi, right.
But it doesn't have to be today. It could go tomorrow.
I suppose I don't need to go all the way to the jousting match, but I would have to send word because he's expecting me to send my armor now after me. If I don't go.
Oh, you should go. It sounds like fun. But it's not till later.
Sounds like you and Erland are going to need me.
I don't know what he has planned, to be honest. I never know what he has going through his mind.
Well, that's not how I want to leave, not knowing.
Well, maybe he'll be back before you go. In the meantime, though, are we talking to Senka? Senka Uberti.
I suppose we could try.
I don't want you. First off, we just got out of that whole situation,
I
so
know.
maybe we let it lie. But you're right. Leaving the contract open might not be the best way of handling things. However, only news we have to share with her is very, very bad.
Perhaps we shouldn't go in person. Perhaps we should just send her a note.
Oh,
You don't like that.
well, that just. Oh, I don't know. What do you say in the note? Would you tell her the truth in a note?
Yes.
Be like, hey, by the way, we broke a crystal and we helped Mr. 2. Like,
No,
what do you
not
want?
that much detail. Just that as of yesterday, he was in the city. He's here. She didn't even know where he was.
Oh,
Whether
okay.
he was alive or dead
Got it. So alive in the city. Where's my chess piece?
as of last night.
Got it.
And that he wanted a crystal broken.
Okay.
Maybe we'd just say his intention.
Okay, so you want to write the letter.
No.
Why don't
All
you
right.
think about it?
No,
Not
perhaps.
just do it right away.
Why don't we go?
Just physically. You just changed your mind.
Eh,
What do you want to do?
let's go.
2 Senkas. As we are.
Oh my god.
Okay. What could go wrong?
This was your idea.
No, it's not my idea. I was just asking. I'm not persuaded either way. Just think about it.
Let's think about it.
Okay. Okay.
You guys return to the bar area as you're sort of thinking. Give me perception checks, both of you.
18.
God, I can't read these dice. Perception. 6.
6. As you're walking back, Graven with a good vantage point, being taller than most of the patrons here, a couple things just kind of catch your eye. One is that Hatchet, in his sort of usual post that you see at the back wall, is making eye contact with you just as you're moving around. He gives you a kind of a little nod, and between two fingers he kind of flashes and then rolls between his fingers a small vial, which he then kind of clasps in his hand and then puts below the table.
I left my shield and my mace in the room, definitely. Yes, yes I did. Orba.
Yeah.
Do you remember, did I tell you about what else I won here?
No.
I won an arm wrestling competition, and it earned me a vial of Microl, and I can go get it from Hatchet right now.
Oh, should we just go over? And Orba's gonna look over to Hatchet.
He's staring at Graven, sort of.
Maybe I'll go. You want to come with me?
I wouldn't mind meeting him.
All right, come on.
Okay.
You guys start to walk. Yeah. As you're walking, in addition, the sort of high perception roll, there is someone sitting at the bar. Not that you recognize, but you recognize the attire. They're sitting up very straight, no drink, no food, with a very kind of pale blue robe. And they're looking around the interior of All Hands on Deck. And at one point, you watch them kind of just look in Orba's direction and then quickly glance in the opposite direction.
That's the acolyte.
Looks like it could be one of Cliff's advocates, acolytes.
Oh, yeah, advocates, right? That's the
Advocates is the
their-
umbrella term.
Right.
The acolytes were Celis
Celis.
specific. Yeah,
Okay.
but advocates.
Also, and I'll
Yeah.
kind of nudge her and look in that direction. I think that's one of your
Oh.
friends.
Orba will give a discreet little wave.
You're like 15 feet or 15, 20 feet away, so you're not right there, but
You said you wanted to use that blue flag. Maybe you don't have to.
Yeah, but I don't know why this person is here. I guess I should go talk to them. I don't know. I should.
They look like they're just keeping eyes on you.
Usually
You
when they're
have to go
keeping
talk
eyes
to
on me, though, they're discreet about it. They don't show themselves. They're not in plain sight.
Okay. So do you want to go talk
I
to
guess
him?
I should go report to him. I don't know what he needs. I'll be in my room. Our room. Erland's room.
Do you want me to go send him up to you?
I don't know. I was just gonna go walk over.
Okay.
Do I need to be discreet?
I'll wait here. I'm not going to go talk to Hatchet yet if you're going to go talk to him.
Okay. Alright, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
and over to the bar area.
Yeah.
And they sort of acknowledge you as you get closer and give a little head nod to the empty seat next to them.
Oh. Okay.
And you see this sort of familiar-ish presence, not specific face. It isn't necessarily someone that you immediately recognize. And without looking at you, the advocate sort of leans to the side. I come bearing news.
Okay.
The chess pieces have been procured and are available at the mail house under your name.
Excellent news.
In addition, you have been allotted an operating budget of 600 gold worth of supplies for your excursion into the Rapra Mountains. Think about what you want, and when you go to pick up the chess pieces, address a letter to KIC. Mr. Bukowski will know where to take it.
Okay, 600. Thank you. That is very generous.
The budget is intangibles only. You won't receive any of the gold that you fail to account for, and they must be clearly related to the mission's success and your survival. This is not a shopping list for frivolities.
Of course. I will treat it as such.
If you request any items that you don't know for certain are easily attainable within the city, I suggest you get your list to the mail house as soon as possible to maximize our time and chances of acquiring them.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, Orba.
May I ask your name?
Oh, God.
Bye.
You watch Orba have a very sort of abbreviated conversation quickly over at the bar area.
Everything all right?
Yeah, Orba will come over. Yep, we're good. Just have to, we got a budget. of sorts for the mission, so I just need to create an inventory and go to the mail house and pick up 2 chess pieces.
All right,
Okay, hatchet?
let's go.
Okay.
You walk over and he's not with anybody at the moment. And he sort of raises an eyebrow as you get close. Well, look who it is. Man with the magic arm. Let's keep it brief for both our sakes, eh? He reaches down. Again, sort of rolling it between his fingers. Friendly bit of advice. Do it somewhere safe with people that you trust. Not everyone has a good crawl their first time, so keep at it. Be the best part of your day.
How long do you think this might last me?
It's a small dose.
Still very generous. Thank you.
I thought so. And who's this lovely lady?
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Well, hello.
I'm
You
Orba.
looking to stretch your time as well, eh?
Well, I met a man on the road, Stuckley.
Oh, Stuckley sent you.
Yeah, and
Well, he-
may I say, you two look very, similar.
Yeah, we get that a lot. He's got a good eye, Stuckley. He don't suffer no fools. So he must have known that you were an honest sort when he laid eyes on you.
You hear that, Graven?
How big a stretch are you looking for? You want to turn 15 minutes into an hour into an afternoon into a couple days?
Well, it would be my first time, so probably a lighter dose. And Stuckley also said elderflower was a word I should share with you.
Did he now?
He did.
Well, I think I'll knock off 10% of the first purchase for that. I told you Stuckley had a good eye.
I guess so.
Well, it's 2 for a hit of the weak stuff, 10 for the medium, and a whopping 135
Whoa.
for the big vial.
Got it. I believe I will start with the small one, but I'm sure you will see me again, sir.
That's 2 silver off, so 1 gold, 8 silver there. And sort of almost not quite a magic trick, but he like draws his hand across his sleeve and then sort of produces a vial almost kind of out of thin air as he twirls his hand back around.
I'm just gonna put her gold under her palm and just slide it across the thing.
It's all right. Don't have to hide nothing. Take the
Oh, really?
There's all sorts of crawlers in Navika Pura.
And if
Speaking of crawlers,
Was I speaking to you? Anything else I can get you?
I was going to ask, she's gonna shift a little bit. I was going to ask, aside from Micrawl, do you sell any other myconid products?
What you looking for?
Do you sell extract?
Not usually, but I can accommodate the occasional request. Of course, I wouldn't really put in a special order for someone who ordered just a small vial.
I thought that might be the case. Of course. Let me think about it and get back to you. But any other myconid related products? We've heard of like agricultural stuff, or is that a little not in your purview?
I could probably get my hands on it
Really?
if you really wanted it, and if you were a trusted customer,
Understood. You seem to have a lot of connections here.
I suppose.
All right. Well, let me think about what my needs are, and I will get back to you.
You do that.
And what did you want to ask, Graven?
I think he was done talking, actually. On your way.
you wouldn't want to know where there might be a adolescent carrion crawler, would you?
What makes you think I don't already know?
Well, if you don't mind smelling a bit of shit. The Broken Crown outpost that no longer gets used. Maybe go take a whiff for yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Get up.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
You guys step away from Ashley.
What was that about? Why have you got upset him so much?
He's just an asshole, all right?
Give me perception checks as you're walking away from him.
Both of us? 17.
7.
Just as Orba's sort of turning away, you let Graven go in front of you, and then you step up and get ready to go. And as you're walking away, he seems like he leans back to talk to someone that was kind of nearby, motions over. Find out what the fuck he was talking about, yeah?
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you when we're away.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna, I don't know, go
You can take a few steps
to
away.
the bar.
Yeah, go back to the bar.
But that seemed like news to him.
I honestly don't know why I told him that.
Yeah, what is your end game here, Graven?
Honestly, maybe somebody else will go and get killed, and it'll really put a twist in his under things. I don't know.
You are operating in pure chaos lately, friend. Pure chaos.
Well, I can't go back down there myself, and
Why would you?
because there's a murderer down there, and I almost died trying to get rid of that thing.
Okay, I got it. All right, I may not understand it, but I understand what you're going through, so I support it.
Honestly, I'm trying to get back on his good side, I guess. I don't even know why at this point.
Well, he seems to like me. So
Right.
anything you want to ask, maybe I'll ask him.
Also, are you really planning on taking that stuff?
Oh, yeah, so Orba's gonna take it out. Can you
Graven like sees her going to open it, and he like.
No!
What are you doing?
I was only going to smell it.
Just put it away for now.
Can I just
Do you know
smell
what this
it?
is?
Yes, that stuff.
Yeah, put it away.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it away. His big Goliath hands. Shoving it in my bag. I was just going to smell it.
It's
I don't know what magnetic extract smells like. I don't know what this smells like. It would probably be good for us to know what it smells like. Also, if you ever want to
do our
put it
tests later.
in somebody's tea or
perhaps.
something, that could be helpful.
Ugh. You know what it does, right?
It slows stuff down.
Yes, it's a mixture between the poison from carrion crawler and micronate extract, and it causes you to go into a prolonged state of paralysis where you conceive time at a different rate.
You do know, however, that it's not like a vapor that like
Yeah.
you. To like,
So smelling it was fine.
You sit at the bar and sniff your critical game.
Like a contact high.
And she's
It's like fentanyl, you just smell.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
y'all.
That's a myth.
I wasn't planning on taking it. I was conceivably going to use it against somebody. It seems. So I wanted to smell it to see if it was detectable.
Very well.
Or, he says that a lot of people like this stuff. Maybe we could trade it for something.
Yes, that is what it's worth. Supposedly only about 2 gold. I thought it was more than that, but
2
it's
gold's
worth
not
something.
nothing.
and you can from the little vials, it's like barely anything. The little tiny sample, like they get.
2 together would make a medium.
No, definitely, it's exponentially larger. 2 would definitely not make a medium.
Another bartering chip, perhaps.
Yeah, good idea, Orba. Good job. Can I smell it now?
Fine.
I'm just gonna take it out. Give it a smell.
You give it a sniff. It has a kind of. It has almost a kind of like a pasty aroma. Like it's thick in your nostrils. Like it almost sticks to your nostril hairs. It has that kind of almost a robust kind of thick quality to it, even as a vapor. And it smells. It's not rotten, but it smells like food that's been left out, like warm food that. Again, not like a spoiled smell, but a warm kind of unpleasant aroma of sort of stale meats or something like that.
And she'll just swig it in the vial a little. Is it
Viscous.
water tensity? Yeah, viscosity. What's it?
It's a little thicker than water, but it's
Okay.
not like molasses thick.
Okay, got it.
Or doing all this, do I get a whiff of any of this?
Oh, I'm
You would have to.
I'd have to be pretty close.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
It does. The smell is not that strong that like
Okay.
right next to you immediately smell it. Yeah, it doesn't have that.
Do you want to smell?
You can get
Do I
the same
reckon,
kind of
like,
aroma.
is it, I mean, having been around the mucus, is it kind of that familiar?
Yeah, it definitely has some other things mixed into it. It has a more foreign essence to it. But when you were down beneath the Broken Crown Station around the carrion crawler pipes, that kind of stale smell was pervasive throughout the air. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't imagine taking it.
Oh, sounds terrible.
Although,
What?
these people seem to like it.
Well, but what?
I guess it's addictive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of things people shouldn't take, what about myconid extract?
Oh, I would love to get my hands on some.
Right? Okay.
I think it would be very helpful,
I also think it would be helpful, but I don't think our.
especially if we plan on going into the mountains, going into Finlock Forest. I'd love to have some.
Okay, well, maybe that's something that you and I secretly consider and let Hatchet know about.
See? Oh, you mean from the other two? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You
we
think they're going to react well to this?
No, we shouldn't tell them. Erland asked me one time if I did extract in the past.
What did you say? Have you?
No.
Has he?
The implication was yes, but that it was in the past.
Yeah, I got that. Huh. Okay.
And as Graven and Orba sort of ponder the merits of both Mike Crawl, Graven flip-flopping a lot. Should we take it?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Maybe we should try a little bit.
We are briefly going to go. During this time, Erland has taken the Steederway over to Naoupa.
Oh my god.
And you've worked your way out. As you exit the Steederway, you sort of marvel and also raise an eyebrow at the money spent at making a large spider statue over the entrance of the Steederway. You move past some of the more notable Naoupa landmarks, the alehouse, Dienst, the estates bordering the farmland. And you work your way towards where the buildings start to get more tightly packed together. You slowly become more and more confident that you're entering into the La Patro neighborhood. Distinguishing itself from the southern end of Bow Myrtle, architecture shifting abruptly. And you can tell right away the essence of an impoverished area comes on very, very fast. The buildings poorly constructed, some of them even temporary tents and things that are set up along the sides of the streets. Not quite a slum, but bordering on it, close to it. Plain clothing of the people around, simple construction of the houses. And people right away, as soon as you start to even take a few steps into this area, you can feel eyes on you. Not people staring for long periods of time, but a lot of kind of flicking sets of eyes as people just sort of clock you and register you as someone who doesn't necessarily belong in this area. So sort of enter into the lodge.
So I'm gonna, remembering the note that Safira gave me, I'm gonna sort of work my way to the last houses before I get to the river.
Okay. Mark your way through the houses. As you're moving along, you see more and more eyes watching you the further and further you go into the Patro. You see some people even kind of...
Keeping my eyes ahead. I'm just gonna sort of keep looking for the pair of yellow thatched roofs.
Keep walking. Get to the edge, the last row. You can start to hear the sounds of the river as you get to that last row. And you walk along the edge there, keeping an eye out. Give me an investigation check. Give it with advantage. You have a time here to find it, but...
Oh, 2 19s. So 22.
Great. So as you're walking along, you choose to walk along the outer edge, so you have the river on one side of the row of houses, and that gives you a nice clear view down the lane. You see coming up maybe 100, 150 feet up on your right, you start to see some of the houses turning into thatched roofs, and a pair of them, are yellowish in color.
All right. Are there two doors, or do they seem like attached?
They seem separate. They seem like two separate.
All right, so I'm gonna go up to, I guess, the first one.
Okay.
Just give it a knock.
And immediately when your hand hits the door, it's a very flimsy piece of wood. It's like almost like scrap wood that when you hit it, it like bends and wobbles as opposed to makes like a proper knocking noise, kind of.
And I'll take a step back and I'll find somewhere to lean.
Okay. The door kind of creaks open and a head pops out. Not Shakar. Sort of a destitute-looking individual, stringy hair that falls kind of just below the eye line. A man in a sort of ratty tunic that's stained down at the bottom where it looks like he's rubbed his hands several times. And even doing so, his hands are still dirty. It seems like he works smithing perhaps, but not a skilled labor. Maybe someone who shovels coal or, does sort of a more menial labor-oriented task. And he's wiping his hands as he comes out. Who the fuck are you?
I'm looking for Shakar. He told me to look here.
Oh. Alright, yeah. Yeah, wait a second. Retreats back. Lets the door close a little bit.
Erland's gonna, trying to maintain a casual sort of posture. I want to be ready if he throws something at me.
Okay, give me a perception check.
7.
7. A little bit of time passes, and the building is not large, so immediately sort of it strikes you that it's not like he could go searching throughout this house for someone to contact. And you hear a little footsteps on a sort of straw or stick surface, and you realize it might be coming from up above you, the thatched roofs, someone sort of walking along the thatched roof. And as you kind of look up, you see the edge of what looks like a cauldron. Sort of just
Hustle back. I'm gonna quickly hustle back.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh my god.
You stupid.
Straight dexterity?
Yep.
Oh, I saw that. Out.
10.
As you sort of take one big leap back, the contents of this cauldron are poured over the edge, and you can see the heat rising from it as this oil or some kind of hot liquid gets poured over the side, and it doesn't hit you directly, but it sort of gets you on the back of the leg and splashes. So it sort of goes up the side of your leg, and you can feel it burning on your back. You take...
I don't know what he's doing there. That's a good question.
You take 6 points of fire damage.
Holy shit.
This steaming hot liquid just burns you on the side, and you're just a couple steps away from the river, and the thought even occurs to you that you could like stick a leg in the river, but you look up quickly, and whoever it was up there immediately retreats, and the cauldron kind of clangs to the ground after being dropped off the roof there.
I'm gonna sort of hearing that and just go, Shakar, you shit, my friend gave me this note. And I'm gonna hold up the note. I'm gonna go to the next door.
Okay.
Bang on it.
Again, a similar kind of flimsy
I'm gonna take a
door.
few steps back this time.
Okay, you do so.
And I'm gonna be holding the note.
And you look to the window, and the curtains look like they kind of... and then quickly close. And you hear some kind of shuffling footsteps inside. Give me a perception check.
Kid from McAllister in there.
8.
8. It's hard to tell anything with the curtains closed.
Shakar, I got your note saying to meet here, and I'd like to offer you a deal.
No response.
I'm going to go up and knock on the door again.
You do so. And someone opens the door, a different person than the one before, sort of a heavy-set, kind of middle-aged man. Hello?
Oh my god.
Does Shakar live here?
I don't know who that is.
Does that seem true to me?
Make an insight check.
9.
A 9. It seemed like he came a little prepared with the response. He might not, like, know him well, but that the name sort of... He didn't think about it for very long, that's for sure.
Shakar told me to come to the 8th and 9th houses here. If he ever wants to train with Sandero, he should come out and talk to me instead of throwing fire at me and setting up little cute ambushes. This is his one chance to train with Sandero. Tell him to not be an idiot.
Don't know who it is. Wouldn't know how to get the message.
I'll stand out here for 2 minutes and then I'm gone.
I'm gonna take a few steps back.
Fine. Closes the door. Give me a perception check.
There we go, 16.
16. The alley that you came from to get out to this last row of houses, you kind of, as you're waiting there, sort of impatiently, with a little bit of heat, you look back towards that alley that you came from, and you see a little reflection of the light and a slight kind of tingling kind of noise, and sort of rolling out into the row of houses is a sharp piece of metal. It looks like someone's kind of scattering small pieces of sharp metal on the ground there.
Okay, I'm gonna walk quietly over so that hopefully they won't be able to hear.
To that person that was scattering them? Okay,
yeah.
give me a stealth check. It's a little far away, but it's like 100 feet.
9?
9. As you start to move, it's like because you're by the bank, it's kind of small rocks that make a crunching noise as your feet are moving. It's very difficult to move quietly. And as soon as someone hears footsteps coming in their direction, you hear like a as if they drop something and then
All right.
scattering away.
All right, everyone. This is enough. Shakar, this is all very cute. If you want to fight, we can fight, but what I'd rather do is offer you a position to train with Sandero, which you seem to want very badly.
One of the windows on a nearby, not one of those two you knocked on the door, opens up of one of the houses along this row, and a woman sticks her head out. Shut the fuck up!
Then you tell Shakar to stop throwing fire
There's
at
no
me.
fucking Shakar here. Get the fuck out of here!
Does that seem true? Does she seem like she's...
Make an insight check.
17.
As far as you can tell, yes. To this woman, she seems reacting very much to your disturbance. That she's nonplussed by the.
I'm going back to the first door.
Okay, the first place that you knocked on, that the cauldron came over. Sure.
Yeah, I'm kicking the door.
Sure. Give me an athletics check.
You're very saucy.
Athletics?
Yep.
8.
8.
Guys, these rolls.
You give it a kick, and the door bends, and it seems like you're gonna push it all the way in, but then because it's sort of thin, it almost has a weird flexibility to it.
Then I'm
Makes
just
like a loud
throwing my
noise.
shoulder into it.
Give me another athletics check.
3.
3.
This is embarrassing.
You throw your shoulder, and again, it bends and then pushes you back a little bit. And as that happens, you can hear something that sounds a little bit like someone cocking a crossbow or something on the interior. And someone, stay away! Get the fuck away from here!
Tell me where Shakar is.
Get the fuck away from here!
Hit the door
Give me an
again.
athletics
Oh
check.
my
You
goodness.
die because of this.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Finally, the third shoulder, the door bursts open, and you see quickly, you take your bearings of the interior. It's a really sort of rundown, one-room kitchen, a little straw bed in the corner, and the person is like shaking and holding a
I'm
crossbow.
gonna slowly walk towards
He's gonna
them.
fuck. Right? He did it as soon as you opened the door. Great.
Love it. Yeah. Shoot me again.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. It does 4 piercing damage.
Oh my god, Erland.
Do you want me to roll the D10?
No,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
reduce it all the
Plus
way.
7,
Great. You do so.
Catch it.
You catch it.
And I walk just slowly towards him, throw it on the ground.
He runs toward the back window.
run
and-
after him.
Okay, give me a acrobatics check, and he's gonna try and jump out the window there.
15.
19. He drops the crossbow and just opens the window and dives out the side into the back alleyway, and you can hear him kind of scrambling and running a little bit down the hallway. You stick your head out the window, and you can see the direction that he ran, but he's sort of scooting
They're
off
gonna be so
down
mad
the corridor there.
Okay.
Free crossbow.
Okay.
Free kitchen, free house. I live here now.
That's for real estate. I'm gonna take a quick look around the house, see if I find
What are you looking for?
notes, like a note
Okay,
saying.
give me an investigation check.
Oh my god.
That one.
Nat 1. The only thing
deserve
that you
that.
see is on one table that's out in the open, so it's really not hidden at all, is like a leather pouch that it's empty, but it looks like it would be used to carry coins, like a coin purse. and it looks a little nicer than someone in this area would own. So either it was a gift or someone, you know, paid them an amount, a sum.
Okay. Do I have any sense of how much a wooden door would cost? Roughly
Like
to repair?
that cheap wooden door?
Yeah.
I mean, that was scrap wood, like a couple gold.
A couple gold?
Gold.
For construction, yes. I mean, you could build your own.
Just like to buy, like if I were to like to replace the wood, could I like? If
But
I
like
threw
for
him,
labor? Like for someone to...
No, like if that guy were to just like replace his own door, if I threw him like 5 silver, would that do it?
Sure.
Great. I'm gonna put 5 silver on the table.
That guy's gonna be like, this guy.
I'm gonna leave.
This weird fucking Robin Hood came in, busted me place up.
I'm gonna leave 5 silver.
Left 5 silver on me table.
And I'm gonna kind of walk back out. And go
As
back.
you exit out the front door, you see a lot of heads kind of peeking, like they've heard this disturbance coming from here. Some out windows a little bit, a couple people kind of around the corners of little alleyways, and you get this growing sense of sort of the community getting riled, rustled around you.
I'm gonna go back to the other. I'm gonna go back to the 9th house then.
What's the second one that you
second
knocked
one that I
at? Sure,
knocked
you do
on.
so with the heavier set man that answered the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna bang on it again.
We don't want you here.
Well, then tell Shakar that.
We don't know fucking Shakar.
Then why did he tell me to come, and why did that other man pour oil on me?
Look, I don't know, okay? Just fucking go away.
Open the door and we can talk about this.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Intimidation, I never do that. 10?
10. This guy in his own community, already sensing that he's not alone here. He can hear some of the other people maybe quietly approaching from various angles. Doesn't feel particularly intimidated. Look, whatever problems you got, deal with them on your own.
Just tell me, did he approach you?
No.
Why are you lying to me? My patience wears thin.
Look, you don't belong here.
You're right. I don't want to be here, but I'm looking for Shakar, who told me to meet him here. So it sounds like you have a problem with him and not me. I'll go as soon as I have an answer.
You heard some footsteps. And at first you're thinking that it may be someone approaching the door, but it sounds like it's actually moving further away from the door. And you hear kind of like the opening of a window on the other side.
He's back in here. Yeah. He's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, just wait there a moment. We'll be right there.
It sounded like it was coming from behind the house.
It sounded like he talked to someone on the opposite side of the
Okay,
house. Yeah.
are there alleyways?
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna very kind of quick. I'll go. All right, I'll wait, and I'm gonna very quickly try and run around the side.
Give me a stealth check.
We know you're in there, and that's all along.
12. You say that and then kind of quickly duck and go between the houses. So you do it pretty quickly and quietly. There was people already watching you on the street there that were sort of peeking out, and you duck your head into the alley, and someone's kind of running in the opposite direction down the alley that maybe he spoke to. It's hard to tell.
I'm gonna run after him.
Okay, give me a acrobatics check as you attempt to sort of. There's a few random hurdles here and there, hay bales, sort of pieces, planks of wood that are up against houses.
12.
12. You just kind of push off of one house to get over and up and over one, and you get to like a 4-way intersection here. You do a quick look around, and you can see off to the left. It looks like he was headed down, and he's already at the end of that little alleyway, and he's
Oh shit.
talking to a couple people at the end of the alleyway.
Do I recognize the guy?
Do you recognize which
Is
guy?
it Shakar or is it not?
It's definitely not Shakar. It's like a few more kind of destitute Lapatro individuals that people are kind of sounding the alarm a little bit. You see a little bit of kind of panic, frenetic energy from this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna just fucking. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go back to the. I'm gonna sort of stop that, seeing that he's sort of setting up potentially an ambush for me. And I'm gonna sort of.
You couldn't tell if it was an ambush so much as he was talking to people and maybe sort of pointing in the general direction. He might be rallying more.
Yeah.
people.
So I want to run back to the 9th house.
Okay.
quietly, and I want to go to the back where it sounded like he was potentially talking.
Opening the window.
Is
yeah,
there a window
There
there?
is a window on that side. Yep.
Can I get underneath it and look in?
Give me a stealth check.
22.
There we go.
There's like two wooden shutters, and you kind of poke your finger up through one and kind of ever so slightly push it open and peek one eye up into it. And you're looking into the interior. Give me your perception check as well.
22.
22. You see that heavyset man that answered the door to begin with, and he's kind of pacing a little bit. He's like wringing his hands. He seems a little nervous, sort of not sure exactly where this situation's headed.
Is he looking the other way, or is he...
He's like pacing back and forth. He didn't see you at the window. He's sort of pacing back and forth, again in this sort of one-room, shabby interior.
All right, I'm going to, as quietly as I can, try and raise the window enough that I can get in.
It's not a raise. It's like two shutters that you opened a little bit. So as soon as you push it open, you could hop up and in it potentially.
Great, I'm going to try and do that.
Give me an acrobatics check.
16.
16. Flip the shutter open and immediately hop up and in.
And I'm going to try and get to him, and I want to, like, try and grapple him.
Okay,
Cover his
he
mouth.
takes out a kitchen knife. It's not like a dangerous
in
blade
that
necessarily. Sort of takes out a kitchen.
Listen.
Get out of my house!
Listen to me. This is between you and Shakar.
Right now, it's between you and me. You better
Just
get the fuck out of my
tell
house.
me where he is, and you won't get
I don't
hurt.
fucking know who that is.
Then why did you tell someone that I'm here?
We don't like outsiders here.
I don't like being here. Tell me where he is, and I'll leave you alone unharmed.
I don't know.
Does that seem true?
Make an insight check.
24.
It does. It at least seems he may have. The name Shakar, again, the first time you met him, he sort of came back with a response very quick. That name Shakar seems like it registers, but he does seem pretty truthful in his sort of panicked defensive state. He does seem truthful that he hadn't made this guy hadn't made some kind of deal with Shakar.
Someone paid you off and alerted you that I was going to come, yes? The man next door, perhaps?
People need money, have to eat.
That's fine. That's fine. You're a shrewd businessman. It was the man next to you, that man next door, that alerted you to my presence?
I've lived next to him for years.
And he alerted you to my presence? He paid you?
I'll not throw one of my own under.
Oh my god.
Do you like your arm?
He sort of retreats back a little bit.
You're not throwing him under the bus. I just need to know
Under the cart.
who under the cart. You don't need. I just need to know who Shakar spoke to and where I might be able to find him.
You've got a note from him? Why don't you write him?
I don't know where to find him. I found this note posted outside of Sanderos.
Well, I don't know how to find him.
Does that seem true?
Yes.
It does. Okay,
Well,
yeah,
yes.
great. But your next door neighbor does.
Why don't you talk to him then?
I will. Thank you for your help. I'll see myself out. And I'm gonna sort of keep an eye on it.
He traces
But
you
he's
with,
like,
with the
"Oh."
knife there.
I'm gonna sort of step out the window.
Step back out into the alley. There's a call.
And I'm
for
gonna
the
sort of like
follow-up.
hold both, and I'm gonna go, thank you for your help. I'm gonna close the window.
And you hear like a ting as it sounds like a knife was dropped to the ground.
Oh no! Ruining people's day, left and right.
Back in the alley here, a number of heads have started to peek out between some of the houses. You just see eyes here and there, like one shifting and then quickly hiding as it makes eye contact, or at least notices that you are now out in the alley looking around.
When I saw Shakar, did he seem dressed similar to these people, or slightly
definitely
fancier?
not.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say fancy, but he would stand out in a crowd if he was wearing those clothes.
Listen, everyone. It seems I've been bamboozled by this Shakar, who I assume has paid you off. I'm leaving, and if anyone would like to tell me where he is so that something like this doesn't happen again, putting all of your lives at risk, please speak up now.
One person steps out into the alley. What will I get if I tell you?
Oh.
A silver.
What does he get? Someone pokes their head up over from like one of the rooftops.
Is this oil boy?
Give him a copper.
What about him? Another person pokes their head up.
A copper.
What about them? 2 more people behind you poke their heads up.
I'll give them coppers as well, but that's it.
What about the 3 at the end of the alley?
Do these people seem like they're fighters at all?
Fighters, no. Scrappy, yes. I mean, these people.
He wouldn't go down as quickly as a Yagold.
Probably not. They're little sort of. They're definitely not trained, but have a air about them that's sort of. They will fight. They'll defend themselves.
And how many are there?
So he's already mentioned 7, 8 people that have sort of poked their heads out.
So like 30.
You tell me, you get a silver, everyone else gets a copper.
Well, he looks hungry. I think he gets a gold.
I don't have a gold.
All right, we'll take what you have then.
That's fine. As long as you tell me where he is.
I don't know where he is, but I can get a message to him.
Does that seem true?
You can inside check.
Oh no.
That one.
He's a little distance away from you. It's hard to read his face and sort of putting on a very kind of neutral mask. Hard to tell.
He pointed to where everyone was, though, yeah? As they were, he was like, what about that person, what about that person, what about that person?
Yeah.
Was there any path out of here that didn't involve going past anyone?
No.
Great.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to... Where am I right now in relationship to the river?
You're like, so there's a row of houses along the river, and that's where you initially were walking along, but now you're on the other side because you're in the back alley behind those houses. So 1 row of houses over, the river would be right there.
All right.
Like if you ran past the house of the man you just spoke to with the knife, the river would be right on the other side of that house.
Unfortunately, a message doesn't work for me. You've chosen the wrong side today.
And I'm going to run as fast as I can through the nearest alleyway towards the river.
Okay, there's 2 people there. There's 2 that you run past. They're gonna both make attacks of opportunity here. It's 7 and a 17 to hit. 17 hits. Okay, so they both take out very quickly like little makeshift knives, like little just concealed blades that are just a wooden handle with a little piece of metal attached to it, and they go for a quick jab as you kind of push and hurdle past them. One of them whiffs and the other one just kind of sticks you in the thigh. Ooh. And you just take
actually, can I use a key point to use like
Step of the wind?
Yeah, I know it's not like, and we're out of combat right now, so I don't know how this would work. Could I use Step of the Wind as like a disengage from that?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I'll use a key point.
Okay, so as Erland's sort of running by, the 2 little knives come out, and almost as if in slow motion, Erland kind of breathes and slows, and he moves his way, sort of turns his hips to move out of the way of one of the stabs, ducks underneath the other one, and then quickly down the alley, and you're running to the river. And what are you doing once you get there?
How deep is it?
It's a pretty big river, but
is it like rapids or?
No, it's not rapids.
Great. Then I'm just gonna sort of jump in and.
Great. So as you kind of get to the edge of it, you prep yourself for a jump, and you can hear behind, "Get him!" And that's where we're gonna end for this evening.
Oh my god! Why you gotta go to La Patra? Trouble! Why?
As Erland has a few people on his tail, but made a clean getaway out of the alley.
So I just have one question. It's
literally 0 gold. I have
one question, and it's why.
You have I have now 2 silver, 11 copper.
I mean, that's when you just have a yard sale. You throw it all.
Why do you need going to do
Why?
this?
Because now you've taken how much damage, and we were supposed to save Marvin.
Well, he didn't
tonight?
get hit by that last one because he did
I
this.
took.
You took 6.
I took 6.
You
the
took
fire
6
damage
fire
from that.
damage
And then
from
4
getting
more.
boiling
No.
oil poured
I
on
thought
you.
you took 4 more damage.
Well, that was
No,
that was
that
the
we-
stab,
that
but
we
he used
mitigated
he used
from the
step
step of the
to get
wind.
away from that.
So a key point and
You
6 HP.
moron.
To learn absolutely nothing.
To learn that the people in La Patra can be bought off for not a ton of money.
Hey, maybe you'll be the talk of the town now. Everybody forget about the murderous
Yeah, that's actually true. But like this weird monk.
People are like,
game.
what's happened recently? And he's like, there was another thing, but you know what happened
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah.
This fucking guy came running through.
What is the plan?
That is where we'll pick up
Yeah,
next
let's
time.
make a name for ourselves in
Listed.
La Patra. That's a great idea.
And as is tabletop notch tradition, some of the party enjoying a nice quiet time at the tavern, while some
You know.
run and jump into the closest river. The Navika River, very beautiful. this
Do you have
time
anything
of
in your
year.
bag?
Someone
that
was
can get
just
ruined
getting
in the
her
river?
powers straight. I was just doing all good homework. You guys were gambling your money away. You're getting
Away?
into
Gambling
trouble in La Patro.
Septupled my money.
Yeah.
I've been
And
How much
Back to all hands
those
on deck,
wings
and
are
Graven's wearing like a,
Safira gonna say?
like a fur-lined robe and a crown.
I literally went from 5 gold to 36 gold.
I want you to know with that 600 gold, Safira's only buying hats.
We've been in rivers before with
Crucial
notes
to
and
our
stuff. They just
survival.
get kind of like wet.
So we kind of use the assumption that your bags are sort of wax treated
Yeah.
to some degree. If you were in very sort of tumultuous, rapid river, you know, you might lose something or something might fall out of your bag. But for basic swimming in relatively calm waters, it's not.
I'm fine.
For a certain amount of time.
Yes, yeah. If you stayed
Everything's
submerged in
fine.
the water,
That didn't go well.
In other news, Hab Maniac resubbed for 10 months. Thank you so
very much.
much.
Bless.
God
We
bless
give you a
you.
sneeze.
We give you a sneeze and a
Sorry.
snap. And then Hopeful Optimist also resubbed for his second
Thank you.
month.
You get no sneeze, but we thank you.
But snaps.
Hope you
actually
enjoyed
might
the
get a
stream.
Oh, no.
What?
She lost it.
I lost my sneeze.
Oh,
Oh,
well, you just got one.
Painful.
Started off with some pockets and ended with a little
Oh my God,
chase through the
pockets was
streets of La
tonight.
Patra.
Yeah, that'll
I
happen
know.
tonight.
That feels
It
like
was
so
a
long ago
lot
already.
of
You got a
stuff.
lot of good information before you won some money with Safira's money. Safira's allowance.
Safira gets back and sees all Graven's money. She's like, so you're
Hey,
gonna
I
pay me
didn't
back,
give
right?
you.
Well, he's the one who needs money.
Yeah, I know.
We just trade off who's the poor.
Yeah.
You owe us all 1,200 gold.
I'm working on it.
Graven's in the
gonna
back of the
gamble
tavern
it
like,
out.
no, we have to keep playing.
Again.
Please, I have
again.
to pay her back. She's gonna give me so much crap.
Cheesy.
It's gonna be a nightmare traveling with her.
Those fucking rolls.
Those were some rough rolls.
Those were
Fantastic
rough.
job, everybody. We will be here next Sunday, as always, 7 Eastern. And we hope to see you guys there. We'll pick it up. We'll see what's in store for the party next.
Can't believe you.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
It was the dice.
No, it was not.